We are finally live. What is going on, everybody? It is a very excited night tonight. Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2021. Happy New Year, guys. We are ready to go. This is the video you have all been waiting for. I've been waiting for, and everybody here has been waiting for. This is the What's the Best Movie of the 2000s Decade Tournament. This is a very exciting night. I am your host, Ryan O'Toole. Cody's off to the side. This is what we've been building up to for these past few months. Everybody in the chat's excited. If you have no idea what in the heck we're doing, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Please hit that like button. Hit that like button. Start hitting that like button and consider clicking that subscribe button for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Guys, I did this similar video at the end of 2019. That was the end of a decade, the 2010s decade. I had Sean Chandler Talks About, LC Screen Talk, and Mainly Movies, a panel of YouTubers. We all debated what we thought the best film of the 2010s decade was. There was 100 movies in that bracket, and we all battled it out. And everybody loved that video. It blew up. Everyone wanted to see a part two. Like, Ryan, can you do other decades? And I said, let's do it again. Because, you know, this year or 2020 has been a really bad year. You know, there's a pandemic and all that. And so I thought, let's do it again this time with the 2000s decade. So we're back at it again, guys. We got some great YouTubers right here. I'm excited to introduce you to all of them. Starting with Mr. Alex. Hang on 1 second. Starting with Mr. Alex Madden. Alex, what's going on, man? Welcome.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Happy New Year. Glad to be a part of this tournament and looking to have some fun talking some movies with my fellow peers and movie lovers.
Awesome, Alex. I'm very excited to have you here, man. And our next YouTuber, she is not a new face to the channel. If you saw Rotten or Fresh, it is Amy from the Movie Checklist. Amy, welcome back to the channel. How you doing?
Thanks, Ryan. I'm so excited to finally be back on your channel and talk about some movies from my formative years of watching movies.
Yes, Amy, it's so excited to have you back on the channel. And we have a newcomer to the channel as well with Alex. She is also from the Cinemania World podcast. I'm excited to have her on. That is Hannah from Cinemania World. Hannah, how you doing?
I'm good. Hi. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a podcaster. So if I see a little bit out of my element, I'm sorry. But I'm really excited about today.
I'm excited to have you here, Hannah. Thank you for being here. And this guy doesn't even need an introduction. I'm just going to put his name up there and just show him.
Oh, God.
Who are you?
Take him off the screen. Take him off the screen.
Jay Baders, what is going on once again?
Pretty good. I'm here to talk about 2000s movies. I wore the wrong shirt. But I'm here to do this, have a good time, and let's talk movies. Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's just going to be on Jay the whole time.
Okay.
All right. And we got Cody O'Toole off on camera right here. Say hi, Cody.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? Thank you all for being here. It's going to be a fun night.
Yes, we got a lot of people here. We'll get to you guys in a second. But, guys, tonight is an extremely important night. Not just celebrating amazing movies that came out in the 2000s decade. But this is an exciting night for me because we put a lot of work into this. We want to do more decades. You guys want more decades. So we need you guys to hit that like button, comment down below, share this video. This is very important. We want this video to blow up. We want to do more decades, get on awesome other creators. So this is a very important night. We want to see where this goes. We want to do more decades. So hit that like button, comment down below, share it, get in the chat right now. Talk about your favorite movies of the decade. We want this to absolutely blow up and get big. So, Cody, do you have anything to say?
We have a couple people saying some of their favorites that they want to see go far. I see some Spirited Away love in the chat. I see No Country for Old Men.
Nice.
I see The Departed. And I see The Dark Knight. Those are some of the big ones I see so far.
Very, very nice. So we're just going to get right into this, guys. This is a huge decade thingy. So we're going to explain how this night is going to go for all the new people that are unfamiliar with it. So this is the best movies of the 2000s decade. How this night is going to work is there is 100 movies total in this entire bracket. 100 movies, that's a lot. We split all those movies into 4 brackets, so 25 movies in each bracket. Each bracket has a number 1 seed. That number 1 seed automatically moves on to the final rounds. 24 movies are going to battle it out in one-on-one matchups, and 24 is going to shrink to 12. 12 is going to face off. That's going to shrink to 6. 6 will face off. That'll shrink to 3. And that's where the number 1 seed comes in. 4, then 2, and then 1 will remain. And that will represent that bracket, and it will move on to the final round. And then that same process happens with the rest of the brackets. So then we're down to 4 movies. 2 will face off in the final round, and the winner of that will determine what the best movie of the 2000s decade is. How movies are going to be determined is each of these panelists right here, they're going to vote for what they think is the better movie. And we're going to vote for movies. Whichever movies gets the most votes moves on. Pretty plain and simple. And how we chose the movies. So I chose the movies as well as Cody. So what we did was, or what I did, I went on specific critic websites like IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and gathered what the highest praised films were in specific years, as well as what audiences loved, what people put in their top 10 movies of the 2000s decade. It wasn't biased. It was completely what people absolutely loved. And that's how these movies were determined. Also threw in some underrated gems in there, as you'll see throughout here. So, if we come to a situation where a panelist hasn't seen a movie in a specific matchup, that panelist cannot vote because they haven't seen the movie. So we go right to the chat. You guys are going to be a vote. And yeah, so if we come to a tiebreaker, chat comes in. If somebody in the panel hasn't seen a movie, chat comes in.
Yep.
So did I explain the rules, Cody?
I think you nailed it perfectly. If the panelist is ready, I think we're ready to go.
All right. Are you panelists ready?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. Without further ado, let's begin. What is the best film of the 2000s decade tournament? Let's begin, guys, with the first bracket. So the first bracket, guys, our first number 1 seed in this bracket, it's a big one. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. That is our first number 1 seed, and that movie automatically moves on further in this bracket. Guys, our first matchup is 2004's Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy versus 2007's Zodiac. I'm just going to get this right off the bat. We randomized these movies. We didn't just pick movies. So if specific genres don't match up, sorry, that we just randomized them. All right, so we're going to start with Alex on this one. Alex?
Going Zodiac. I love Zodiac, one of my favorite Fincher films. Great performances all around, just an intense thriller, honestly, that really, I like how it doesn't necessarily focus on the Zodiac killer, but more of the investigation into it and the obsession of a cartoonist, which I thought was done brilliantly in the film.
All right, Alex is voting for Zodiac. Amy?
I vote for Zodiac as well. It has pretty much everything that I like. Jake Gyllenhaal, true crime, just, an amazing David Fincher film. Like, yeah, it takes the cake. No questions asked.
All right, Amy as well as going for Zodiac. Hannah?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Zodiac too. It's my favorite David Fincher film. It's in my top 25 movies of all time. I love this movie too, beyond extent. So yeah, 100% Zodiac.
All right, and Zodiac is definitely moving on, but Jay, we want to hear your opinion.
Well, I kind of want to go Anchorman just to be a rebel, but and I shouldn't go against the mustache, but Zodiac is a better film. It's a better written film. It's a great movie about obsession. It's a great murder mystery. I love Jake Gyllenhaal and Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. in it. It's really good. Great soundtrack. It is all around great David Fincher film. So Zodiac, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with these guys. Zodiac. It's my second favorite David Fincher movie. This movie's just so freaking good. Everybody, they said everything I was going to say. Anchorman, it's also really funny, but it's no Zodiac. So, unanimous Zodiac. Is the chat the same?
The chat is definitely with you guys. Some people said they haven't seen either of these movies, but
What?
I know.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Majority is going to Zodiac.
All right, and Zodiac automatically moves on. All right, we're going to go to our next matchup. This is a very weird matchup. We got 2009's Moon versus 2002's City of God. Amy, we're going to start with you.
Both of these were films that I just recently watched, and they're both amazing. Like, I was stunned when I watched both of them with how much I enjoyed them. But I am going to have to go with City of God because it blew my mind with how incredible that film is.
All right, Amy's going with City of God. Hannah?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Moon. This is one of my favorite like underrated gems, and too bad that Duncan Jones, I think his last name, never like lived up to it really, because the movie is so good and not so much. But yeah, Moon, 100%.
All right, Hannah's going with Moon. Jay, what about you?
Okay, I think City of a God is a better film. I think it's just a better made movie with better performances. But I'm going to go with Moon because I like it more. And it's Sam Rockwell talking to himself throughout the whole movie. And who doesn't love that? And it's got a really cool robot, Gertie. I really like that robot. And it has a very, like, it just has an ending that kind of sticks with me. And I really love that ending. It almost made me cry, actually. And I love the movie. But City of God's a better movie, but I'm going to go with Moon.
All right, Jay as well is going with Moon. And I actually watched Moon for the very first time most recently as well, Amy. And I really enjoyed it as well. Sam Rockwell was phenomenal in this movie. I still think Three Billboards is his best performance, but it's definitely his second best. And City of God as well I watched for the first time this year. And that movie blew me away. Lil Zay, just one of the best villains I've seen. But I'm actually going to go with City of God here. I think it's a better movie. Just, it made me disgusted, like in the best way possible. Moon, it's fine. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to go with City of God.
Comes down to Alex.
All right, Alex.
Put me on the spot, huh?
I love this.
I gotta go Moon. I think as we said, City of God is the better film. I just found there's just some films where it's like I can get more enjoyment out of it, and I felt that with Moon. And I'm always down for like a sci-fi space adventure, so that's why I love Moon. And I actually just saw it recently too. So
awesome. All right, Alex is going with Moon, which means Moon moves on to the next round. What is the chat saying? This was very divisive.
Most people are saying they haven't seen either movies. So
You should.
They most people haven't seen either movies. So, but Moon's moving on.
All right, Moon is moving on to the next round. All right, guys, our next matchup is a very weird one. 2001's The Royal Tenenbaums versus WALL-E. Pixar versus Wes Anderson. Hannah, we're going to start with you.
As much as I love Wes Anderson, I am a Pixar person. So WALL-E is just, it's in my top 3 favorite Pixar movies ever. So I'm a WALL-E stan. I have to go with WALL-E. I feel like I'll betray WALL-E if I go with Wes Anderson.
All right, Hannah is going with WALL-E. Jay?
It's actually so funny. Just 2 days ago, me and my girlfriend just watched WALL-E. I haven't seen WALL-E in years, but I watched it, and it's still amazing. I still think the first half of WALL-E is a masterpiece. The other half is great, but that first half is just amazing. I wish the whole movie was like that, but I love WALL-E. Royal Tenenbaums is good, it's funny, but I find it's one of the weaker Wes Anderson movies. I'm going to go WALL-E. I love WALL-E. I think it's a great movie. All
right, Jay's going WALL-E. I'm different on you. WALL-E, I think, is the most overrated Pixar movie.
What? Oh, no. It's an underrated Pixar movie.
I don't love this movie like everybody.
Underrated.
First thing, I will agree with Jay. I will agree with Jay that the first half is amazing. The rest of the half, not so much. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeously animated movie, but every time I watch or try to get into WALL-E again, I just get bored and turn it off and watch something else. It's not awful, but it's just not one of my favorite Pixar movies. I like better ones. But The Royal Tenenbaums I really do enjoy. It's actually one of my favorite Wes Anderson movies. Ben Stiller's great in it. Gene Hackman really good in it. And I do enjoy Wes Anderson's movies, and this one's actually one of my favorites from him. So I'm going to go with the Royal Tenenbaums here.
Ooh, okay.
Keep it interesting. Alex?
I can't vote because I haven't seen the Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, okay. Alex hasn't seen the Royal Tenenbaums,
Okay.
so he can't vote. All right, Amy.
Well, I'm going to make this very easy and go with Wall-E because, like Jay, the Royal Tenenbaums is one of my least favorite Wes Anderson films. It's like that and Bottle Rocket are like my bottom two for him. So, yeah, definitely Wall-E. It is my absolute favorite Pixar movie of all time, except for Soul.
All right, and Amy's voting for Wall-E, so Wall-E moves on. But what is
Ryan?
Another hot take?
There's definitely a lot of love for the little robot in the chat. They're definitely going with Wall-E. There's a few Royal Tenenbaums from here and there, but people are throwing you some shade, Ryan. They're saying why you hate Wall-E, man.
I don't hate. I didn't say I hate it.
What's up with that, man? What?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
But, Wall-E,
It's a little high on my ranking.
yeah.
All right, but Wall-E does move on to the next round. All right, get ready for it. Oh, man. All right, our next matchup is 2002's The Pianist versus 2004's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Jay, we're going to start with you.
Interesting. Both movies, I've heard many people say both are overrated. I agree with one of them. And it's not Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think that movie's a masterpiece. I think it's Charlie Kaufman's best rating. I think Jim Carrey's amazing. Kate Winslet's amazing. I think the movie is amazing. The Pianist is good. It's not like amazing. I think it's fine. I think Adrian Brody is good, but it's good. But Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is phenomenal. That is my favorite. Bam, easily.
All right, Jay's going with Eternal Sunshine, and I'm going with The Pianist, actually. I think Eternal Sunshine, as well, is incredibly overrated. I don't hate that movie. It's just not my movie. I'm not the big romance movie guy. I thought Jim Carrey was great in it, and what's her name again?
Kate Winslet.
Yeah, she was great in it. But I like The Pianist. I actually watched it for the very first time as well, and it was a really good movie. Adrian Brody was fantastic in it, and I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to go with The Pianist. Alex?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Pianist too. I tried so many times to watch Eternal Sunshine. Wow, I'm tongue tied. It's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I finally got through it for this tournament. I don't hate it, but it's not something that really piques my interest. Whereas something like The Pianist does, So I got to go with The Pianist.
Alex,
All right.
I'm learning so much about you that I just didn't want to know.
Alex is going with The Pianist.
Disappointing me in so many ways. Me?
Amy?
This is a tough one for me because I find the World War II era of film fascinating, but I also cannot turn down a Jim Carrey dramatic role, even though romance movies are not my thing. I love Jim Carrey so much. I love Kate Winslet, and Eternal Sunshine is just eternal. It's an eternal classic. So I'm going to go with Eternal Sunshine.
All right, Amy's going with Eternal Sunshine.
All right,
And Hannah?
Okay, so I'm going with Eternal Sunshine also. It's one of my favorites of all time, and it's one of those movies where it's like as many times as I've seen it, it always makes me emotional, even though I know what's gonna happen. I still am just so moved by it every time I watch it. And yeah, it's one of my all-time greats.
All right, and Eternal Sunshine moves on as Hannah votes for it. What about the chat? What are the chats?
I would say it's very divisive in the chat also, but I think the edge would probably go to Eternal Sunshine. Also, just like you guys give this the edge.
All right, yes, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind got the most votes, so it
In your
is
face
moving
again,
on.
Ryan.
Oh, man. All right, guys, let's go to our next matchup right here. We got 2007's No Country for Old Men versus 2006's Blood Diamond. And I'm the first one up, and this is the easiest matchup so far. I'm definitely going No Country for Old Men. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite Western of all time. Javier Bardem, just him alone as Anton Chigurh, just one of the scariest villains I've ever seen put to cinema. Josh Brolin, Tommy Lee Jones, the Coen brothers, Woody Harrelson. It's a great Western. Blood Diamond. It's a very underrated Leonardo DiCaprio movie. It's really good, but No Country is an all-time for me. So that's what I'm going with. Alex.
I love them both, but if I had to pick, I'd probably go No Country for Old Men because I think it is the better made movie. I was leaning towards Blood Diamond, but I think just because of the Coen brothers and that performance from Javier Bardem, I got to go No Country for Old Men.
All right. No Country for Old Men for Alex. Amy?
I feel blasphemous for saying this because of my obsession with Leonardo DiCaprio, but I am also going to have to go with No Country for Old Men just because the Coens and Javier Bardem, and that movie has stuck with me since the first time I watched it.
The most you've ever lost in a coin toss. Hannah?
Although I do think the Blood Diamond is extremely underappreciated, I'm gonna have to go with No Country also because I think it's one of the best written movies and one of the best performed movies ever. And I think it's an all-timer, like Ryan said. So yeah.
All right, No Countries. Definitely moving on. Did we say Jay?
Nope.
Jay? Jay. I know what you're going.
I apologize, Ryan. You don't have to skip me. Yeah, No Country for Old Men is the best. I agree. Blood Diamond's underrated. No one talks about that movie now. Leo is great in that movie. Everyone's great in that movie, and it's a really tragic story, actually. But No Country for Old Men's amazing. It's great. It's gritty. It's awesome. It's got Anton Chigurh, one of the most badass villains. I love that movie. No Country for Old Men. He's
Jaimon Hunsu, is that how you say his name?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Great. He's a very
he's so good in that
Blood Diamond movie. So yeah, but No Country for Old Men moves on. And I'm sure the chat's the same.
Did Amy vote for No Country?
She did.
Okay.
She did.
Yeah, clean sweep for you guys, and also a clean sweep for the chat. Also, they're going with No Country.
All right. Alrighty, guys, let's go to our next matchup right here. We got 2000's Almost Famous versus 2008 Slumdog Millionaire. And Alex, we're back to you.
I can't vote. I didn't see Almost Famous.
Oh, it's so good.
It was one of those ones I was going to watch.
I saw it for the first time as well this year, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Amy, we'll go to you.
This is really tough for me because I love Almost Famous, and I also really, really loved Slumdog. I think I'm going to have to go with Slumdog Millionaire just because of how beautiful it is, and it's Dev Patel's first performance, and he's so great in that role. And after watching this for the first time this year, I went on a little Dev Patel binge. So, Slumdog.
All right, Amy's going Slumdog. Alex hasn't seen
All right.
Almost Famous. Hannah.
Dev Patel is just one of my faves ever, so I can't betray him and go with Almost Famous, so I'm gonna go with Slumdog Millionaire.
All right, Hannah's going Slumdog Millionaire. Jay?
I am not going Slumdog Millionaire. I have to go Almost Famous. It's a movie about a band. I love rock and roll. I love the band Stillwater. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman plays one of his most underrated characters as a music critic. I love Almost Famous. Slumdog Millionaire is good. Again, it's good. I like it. I've only seen it once, so I probably need to watch it a little more times, but I watch Almost Famous like twice a year. I love Almost Famous. Almost Famous.
Yeah, I'm as well going with Almost Famous. I love Billy Crudup. He's really good in here. His mustache is also good. The rock and roll music's awesome. It's a really unique concept for a movie. And Kate Hudson is actually great in the movie.
Yeah, that was like that. I was
good.
so hard for me to choose just because of Kate Hudson's performance, especially that last scene with her.
Yeah. And Slumdog Millionaire, it's also good. For Best Picture, absolutely not. But I still love Dev Patel for his very first performance. But yeah, I'm going Almost Famous for this one. So we are at a tie, which means we're going to the chat to determine this.
They're going with Slumdog Millionaire.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
The Best Picture winner comes out on top. Slumdog
It's Dev
Millionaire.
Patel's power. It's his power, truly.
Danny Boyle comes on top over Cameron Crowe. All right. The Millionaire moves on. All right. Guys, you know how we've been saying we randomized movies and we've had a lot of weird matchups? This one actually freaking makes sense because it's a Pixar battle. We got The Incredibles versus Monsters, Inc. Oh, man. I can't wait for this. Amy, I'm going to start with you.
Oh God, this is so hard. Both of these are my childhood, but I will have to give this edge to Monsters Inc. because when I first saw it, it was the movie that made me want to go into animation, which I did not do, but I still went into filmmaking. So I credit my entire life to Monsters Inc.
Yes, I like that motto. Amy is going Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Hannah, what about you?
This is my first and second favorite Pixar movies, so this is very hard for me. But Monsters Inc. is just unbeatable for me. It's my ultimate comfort movie, and it always just makes me cry and feel good, and I just love this movie so much. So I have to go with Monsters Inc. 100%.
All right, Hannah as well is going Monsters Inc., keeping it interesting. Jay, what about you?
They're both good. It's hard. They're both very good. Slightest edge to The Incredibles. I love The Incredibles, so I'm gonna go with The Incredibles. It's a superhero movie. It's really cool. It was one of the first Pixar movies I saw in theaters, so I'm going Incredibles.
All right, Jay's going with The Incredibles. This is a hard matchup, but just like Jay, I am as well going The Incredibles. It's also one of the first Pixar films I saw in theaters. It actually did a Fantastic Four movie right, and I just love all the characters. I love Syndrome. Where's my super suit? Syndrome is going. And Monsters Inc., I dressed up as Sully a lot for Halloween, and Cody was Mike. But it's childhood for me, so I'm going to go with Incredibles here. Alex?
Fuck it. I gotta go.
Another tiebreaker for Alex.
Oh, damn it. Shit.
Alex, I swear to God.
Don't let Hannah down.
I'll give you $10 for Incredibles. $10.
20.
I probably gotta go Monsters Inc. because it's.
Wow!
I love them both, but Monsters Inc. I think just has more of an emotional beat to it than The Incredibles does. You don't hear this word atomy very often, but Monsters Inc. is cute.
That's very cute. Very cute. Wow, Monsters Inc. comes out on top. I don't know how the chat's going to react to this. Maybe this will piss off or get some flames going. I wonder what the chat's saying right now.
Majority I do see for The Incredibles, but there are some lovers out there for Monsters Inc. Someone even said it's their favorite Pixar movie, Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
But you guys
this was a very tough matchup.
But Monsters Inc. is moving on for you
All
guys.
right, Monsters Inc. moves on. All right, now we're back to the weird matchups that don't make sense. We got 2007's Paranormal Activity versus 2003's School of Rock.
Very similar films.
Yeah.
Very similar. Hannah, let's start with you.
Okay, so this should be easy to me because I love both of these movies and I'm not really a horror movie person, but for whatever reason, Paranormal Activity, I have so many childhood memories of watching it with friends and stuff like that and growing up watching it and being like, oh my God, it's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. And I still really love it. I just rewatched it not too long ago and I think it's extremely underappreciated for the right reasons, I mean, because a lot of it's very accessible and everyone has seen Paranormal Activity, but among fellow film fans, I feel like Paranormal Activity isn't appreciated enough. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Paranormal Activity.
All right, Hannah's going Paranormal Activity here. Jay, what about you?
It's weird. I actually like Paranormal Activity 2 more than 1. I don't know if that's I think it's a very unpopular opinion, but
Paranormal Activity is good.
No, Paranormal Activity. Look at this. I just have it sitting right here on my shelf.
I like the sequel to Paranormal Activity, but I'm gonna go School of Rock. That's childhood for me. I grew up with School of Rock. I always wanted a music teacher like Jack Black, and I never did. I got just really grumpy ones. But I love it. Again, it's rock and roll. That's how you can warm my heart. It's some rock and roll. So School of Rock.
The School of Rock! I'm definitely going the School of Rock. This might be one of my favorite comedies of all time. I'm not joking. And it's my favorite Richard Linklater movie. Jack Black as Dewey Finn. Just one of my favorite comedic performances. I watched The School of Rock so many times. I quote it all the time. And Paranormal Activity, I think, is a really good horror movie as well. It actually did scare me. I didn't sleep for a week after seeing this movie in the theater. But it's a very effective movie. That's why I threw it in here.
Where'd Jay go with?
Jay went with School of Rock.
Okay.
I'm going with School of Rock as well. It's my childhood, just like Jay. And let's get rocking. Alex?
School of Rock. I'm a sucker for rock and roll music. I mean, that's honestly like basically all I listen to. Jack Black is just perfect for that movie. Like you said, Ryan, just so quotable. The scene where they're throwing insults at him, they're like, "Shut the hell up, Steve!
Shut the hell up, Steve. Like, you're a fat loser and you have body order."
All right, see me after class.
Great.
It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. It might be my favorite comedy of all time. So.
Yeah, it's so good. Freddie Jones, shut up. Just so great. Amy?
Well, my vote doesn't count because School of Rock obviously wins. But I'm with you, Hannah. Paranormal Activity. Although, fun fact, School of Rock was the first movie I bought on iTunes for my video iPod.
Very nice. Amy did go with Paranormal Activity, but School of Rock is the winner. But what is the chat saying? I'm curious.
They definitely love some Dewey Finn in the chat. Majority goes to School of Rock. There's actually people that are not a fan of Paranormal Activity in the chat.
Wow,
It's
really?
so good. It was one of like my first horror movies that I actually liked. And I was not a huge fan of horror movies until like 3 years ago.
Same.
So we're almost done with the first bracket in round one. Do you want to say we take a break after that, or how are you guys
We
feeling?
got a couple more matchups. Yeah. We'll
Okay, all right. So School of Rock does move on here. All right, our next matchup is 2003's X2, X-Men United, versus 2005's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. All right, we're going to start with Jay on this one. Jay?
Okay. Interesting. Actually, I love both these movies. X2's awesome. Wolverine steals every scene. Especially, he's got one of my favorite Wolverine action scenes in the school. But I can't go against Harry Potter. It's Goblet of Fire. Goblet is not even my favorite, but I still love Goblet of Fire. It's the Triwizard Tournament. It has the death of Cedric Diggory. It's very sad. I love it. It's a great action adventure fantasy movie. I'm gonna go with Goblet of Fire.
All right, Jay's going with Goblet of Fire here. Now, I love both of these movies as well, like Jay said. X2, one of my favorite X-Men movies. Wolverine, I love Wolverine in that. But Harry Potter's my childhood. And Goblet of Fire is actually one of my favorite Harry Potter movies. So I'm with Jay. I'm going to go with Goblet of Fire here. It has Batman, Robert Pattinson himself, Cedric Diggory. It's got the great Triwizard Tournament, just great visual effects, great action, great story, and characters I love. I'm going to go with Goblet of Fire. What about you, Alex?
I love them both, but I gotta go Goblet of Fire as well. This is personally my favorite Harry Potter movie. It's really like the first mature, like darker Harry Potter
PG-13,
movie, which I love about it. And it was also my favorite Harry Potter book. So I gotta go Goblet of Fire. Everything about it is just so good.
Oh, it's fantastic. Alex is going Goblet of Fire. Amy?
I mean, for those of the people in the chat who know me, they probably have already guessed what I would pick. Harry Potter all the way, no matter what. I don't care. I just watched all the X-Men movies during quarantine, but I can't say no to Harry Potter. I've been a fan of Harry Potter since I was 9, so
yeah. All right, another Goblet of Fire. So Harry Potter does move on, but Hannah, what about you?
I love X-Men so much, but Harry Potter is my favorite franchise of all time. And even though Goblet of Fire is like one of my least favorite movies in the franchise, I still have to go with Goblet of Fire. You have no say in this. You don't like Prisoner of Azkaban.
I never said I don't like it. It's the weakest one.
Oh, man, we're going to have a battle, me and you, Al. All right, but Hannah as well goes with Goblet of Fire. What about the chat? What are they going?
So the chat's against you guys. They went X2.
Wow.
Whoa.
We got X-Men fans in here.
We also got a super chat, Ryan. I think.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. It's from Balin the Hobbit. Balin, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy New Year's, Goblet of Fire. Thank you.
Moving on. There you go.
Thank you very much, Balin, for that. All right, Goblet of Fire does move on. All right, our next matchup is 2004's Ray versus 2011's Ocean's 11. Are we going casinos or are we going Ray Charles? Let's start with Amy here.
I would have to go with Ray. I watched this movie for the first time for this, and I fell in love with it. Like, Jamie Foxx he plays Ray Charles so well. It's like insane. Like, give Jamie Foxx an award for that. I think they did. But yeah,
They did.
Ray
He
Charles.
won. Yes.
Yeah. I like Ocean's 11, but yeah, it doesn't hold up to Jamie Foxx.
All right. Amy's going with Ray on this one. Hannah?
Yeah, I also watched Ray for the first time for this, and I loved it. But Ocean's 11 is one of the movies that I like rewatched the most. I think that the entire trilogy is some of the best like directed movies I've ever seen. I love Steven Soderbergh, so
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ocean's 11.
All right. Hannah's going Ocean's 11 for this one. Jay?
I like Ray. Ray's a great movie. Jamie Foxx. If I'm not mistaken, was he nominated for 2 movies that same year for that and Collateral? I think. I don't know about that, but I'm going Ocean's 11. I'm a sucker for a good heist movie, and it's a big cast: George Clooney, Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Andy Garcia. Like huge cast. Great movie. Ocean's 11.
Yeah. All right. Jay's going Ocean's 11. These are really good movies. I watched Ray as well for the first time. Jamie Foxx crushed it in here. He deserved that Oscar. He was great. Just learning the life of Ray Charles, just the struggles he went through being a father. Just the ending 10 minutes of this movie just made me emotional. Just the movie. But Ocean's 11's a lot of fun. Steven Soderbergh, this whole trilogy is a lot of fun. And the first Ocean's is definitely my favorite. And I'm going to go Ocean's 11 as well. Just love George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon. They're going to rob a casino from Andy Diaz. It's awesome. So I'm going to go Ocean's 11. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I love them both. I love both genres, but I got to go Ocean's 11 too. Probably my favorite heist movie ever made. Or one of them at least, yeah.
All right, and Alex closed the deal with Ocean's 11. What about the chat? Do they agree or disagree?
I literally think it's a split. I think it's a tie between both movies. I think it's so close to choose. I think Ocean's 11 might have the edge, but it's very close to call. Very close.
All right. Ocean's 11, though, does move on to this matchup. All right. Our next matchup in this one is pretty epic movies here. 2001's Black Hawk Down versus 2007's 300, This is Sparta. Let's start with Hannah on this one.
I can't vote because I haven't seen Black Hawk Down.
Okay, so Hannah hasn't seen Black Hawk Down, so
right.
she can't vote.
All right.
All right, so I'll start this one. I watched Black Hawk Down again. It's a great movie. I think it's a really underrated Ridley Scott movie. I just love like the story to the movie. You got these soldiers, with the helicopters, and it's just this all-out war movie. And just Ridley Scott just knows what he's doing when it comes to battle movies. And 300 as well. It's very epic. Zack Snyder. This is 300. It's very iconic. But for this matchup, I'm going to go Black Hawk Down. I think it's very underrated. Ewan McGregor is awesome in this movie. You got Orlando. You have like a lot of great stars. You have Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor. You have Legolas, Orlando Bloom. You have Jamie Lannister, Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Just an excellent cast. Jay?
I'll just say I don't think either one of these movies are great. I think they're fine. I think they're both fine movies. So either or, I could take or leave both of them. But I think it's gonna lose. So I'll go 300, just because I don't know. I saw it in theaters. Black Hawk Down, I've literally only seen once, like 10 years ago. Never had the urge to watch it again. 300, I've seen it a couple times. I enjoy it for what it is. It's like silly fun. It's got cool visuals. It's like a graphic novel, but just on the screen. But I don't think either one of them are like great. So I'll go 300 though.
All right, Jay's going with 300 on this one. What about you, Alex?
I'm going to go Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down for me is definitely the better movie. I mean, it could also be my bias against Zack Snyder. But I mean, he is very good with visuals and making really good action scenes, but he doesn't really have a knack for a story. And I mean, I think you can make the argument too that Black Hawk Down doesn't really have like that great of a story either. But I would, if I had to pick, I think Black Hawk Down is the more well-rounded film in terms of the filmmaking. So I got to go Black Hawk Down.
All right, Alex is going Black Hawk Down as well. And what about you, Amy?
I also think both of these two movies are just meh. I mean, I love Orlando Bloom like so much, and this movie came out in like my height of obsession with him. So I would have to go with Black Hawk Down just because I'm not the biggest Zack Snyder fan either.
All right, and Jason Isaacs as well, Lucius Malfoy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's the chat saying?
What is Amy going with first off?
Sorry, what did you say, Amy?
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down wins this one. What about the chat, Cody?
I think they're going 300.
All right, they're going
300 on this one. A couple of Black Hawk Down votes in there, but majority are enjoying Sparta.
All right, this is Sparta. But Black Hawk Down. The Black Hawk is down. Moves on. All righty. Our final matchup in bracket 1 is going to be this matchup right here. We got 2009's District 9 versus 2002's Punch Drunk Love. Adam Sandler versus Neil Blomkamp, Aliens. Hannah, we'll start with you.
We said earlier how I think Amy said it that she can't turn down like a dramatic Jim Carrey performance, and I feel the same way about this. I can't like go against a dramatic Adam Sandler performance, especially one as good as he is in this movie. So yeah, I have to go Punch Drunk Love for that alone, maybe.
The shut up scene.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, and Hannah's going Punch Drunk Love for this one. What about you, Jay?
I'm probably going to second that. Punch Drunk Love is a great Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Really good. Adam Sandler's fantastic. I'm all for a dramatic Adam Sandler, like Uncut Gems and Reign Over Me. Great performances by Adam Sandler. District 9 is good. I like District 9. I think its visuals are good, but I think the first, 40 minutes is boring, and then it gets awesome. But Punch Drunk Love is great all the way through, and yeah, I'm going to go Punch Drunk Love.
All right, Jay's going with the underdog here with Punch Drunk Love. And I watched Punch Drunk Love. This movie's fantastic as well. Adam Sandler crushes it in here. Screw those sisters. Ugh. It's so good. It really is good. This is one of Adam Sandler's best performances. Like I said, the bathroom scene, the shut up scene with Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's just so underrated. And with District 9 as well, I watched it for the first time yesterday. It's very good. I agree with you guys. The first half is kind of, but then it gets really interesting. But I'm going to go with Punch Drunk Love as well. I think it's very underrated. What about you, Alex?
I haven't seen Punch Drunk Love, unfortunately. I want to, but it's on my list. I just didn't have enough time before this.
All righty. Alex hasn't seen Punch Drunk Love.
All right.
All right. But Amy.
You keep cutting out, I think, Ryan.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, you're cutting out. Yeah.
You're cutting out, look. You're cutting out, buddy.
What about you?
It's our show now.
It's definitely.
There we go.
Oh, we're back.
There we go.
We're back?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right, we're back. All right. Where were we?
I'm not sure you were asking.
Amy. We were on. Amy.
This is not like this is an easy decision for me. Like District 9, I first watched I think about 5 or 6 years ago, and I could not get past the fingernail scene. And so I rewatched it and I fell in love with it. But like Hannah said, I can't say no to a dramatic Jim Carrey performance. I can't say no to a dramatic Adam Sandler performance. So I'm going to go with Punch Drunk Love. It's amazing.
All right, and Punch Drunk Love sweeps us here. But what about the chat? Do they agree or
I think
disagree?
the slight edge went to District 9 on this one. I think it was very close also, but I think slight edge would have went to District 9 for the chat. Whoever you guys are going, Punch Drunk Love.
All right, Punch Drunk Love moves on to the next round, and that is the end of this first bracket. Now we go to round 2.
Yes, we do, and I think we should keep it moving just a little bit. So
All
that
right.
we're already 45 minutes in. So.
All right, Cody.
All right, so we got the round 2 matchups now. I know you guys have already talked most about these movies, so if we kind of
So for this one, just say which one you're going to go with.
you can give a brief thought. But
Brief
let's just
thought.
Try to,
But yeah, we're going to try to keep up the pace
keep
here.
it moving. So we have for the round 2, first matchup, we have Zodiac versus Moon.
All right, we'll start with Jay on this one.
Zodiac.
Zodiac for Jay. Alex?
Zodiac.
Zodiac. Amy?
Zodiac.
Zodiac. Amy? Oh, sorry, Hannah.
Zodiac.
I'm Zodiac as well.
All right, so Zodiac will move on. Next matchup: Wall-E versus Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Hard.
I'll start this one off. I'll go with Eternal Sunshine. Alex?
I gotta go Wally.
Wally on this one. Amy?
Wally as well.
Wally for Amy. Hannah?
Wally.
Wally. Jay?
Eternal Sunshine.
Eternal Sunshine.
All right, so Wall-E will be moving on for that one with a 3-2 vote. Next matchup: No Country for Old Men versus Slumdog Millionaire.
All right. We will start with Alex. You
No,
have
no Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men. Amy?
No Country.
No Country. Hannah?
Sorry, Dev Patel, but no country.
No Country. Jay?
No Country.
No Country for me.
All right, No Country easily moves on. Next matchup: Monsters Inc. versus School of Rock.
Oh, shit.
All right. We'll start with Amy.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Hannah.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Jay.
School of Rock.
School of Rock. School of Rock for me.
Ooh.
Alex.
Guys, you keep putting me on the spot here. God damn it. I gotta go Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
You might have almost
Nick
ended
moves
our
on.
with that one.
Yes, one vote extra to move on.
Damn, that's
All right.
close.
We have Goblet of Fire versus Ocean's 11.
All right, Hannah.
No. Oh no. This is really hard. Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Jay.
Yeah, Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire.
Goblet. I'm Goblet as well. Go. Alex.
Goblet of Fire, yeah.
Goblet of Fire. Amy.
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Unanimous.
Goblet of Fire. And
It's
we
hard to
never
go
said
against
this
Harry
was going to
Potter.
get easier. So
This is not going to get any easier.
All right, last matchup in this group of 12.
12.
Black Hawk Down versus Punch Drunk Love.
All right. We'll start with Jay.
I didn't want Blackout down to go back to the first round. Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, I'm Punch Drunk Love as well. And Alex hasn't seen Punch Drunk Love, right? Yeah. Amy.
Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love. Hannah.
I haven't seen Black Hawk Down, so
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. What's the vote?
3. So it's enough.
All right, it's enough. Punch Drunk Love moves on.
All right, so now we are down to 8 movies now. We're down to
8
9. Well,
movies.
9 technically, but here we go. It's going to get harder. Zodiac versus Wall-E.
Oh, I'll start. Zodiac. Alex.
I gotta go Zodiac.
Zodiac. Amy.
Oh God. Zodiac.
Zodiac. Hannah.
Zodiac.
Zodiac. Jay.
By this much, Zodiac.
Zodiac.
All right.
Sweep.
Zodiac is moving on to the final 4. No Country for Old Men versus Monsters, Inc.
All right, Alex.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Amy.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. Hannah.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
Wow.
Jay.
No Country.
No Country. No Country.
Monsters, Inc.
Monsters Inc. beats out Javier Bardem. Oh man, I wonder how the chat's gonna react.
I am so happy. We also have Goblet of Fire versus Punch Drunk Love.
All right, Amy.
Oh no.
Yes.
I gotta go Harry Potter all the way. No, I don't care. I love Adam Sandler. Sorry.
All right, Goblet of Fire. Hannah.
I'm a Harry Potter girl, so I can't go against it. So Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. Goblet. Jay? Goblet or
Goblet of Fire.
Sandler? Goblet of Fire. Me. Goblet of Fire. Alex. Oh yeah, Punch Drunk. He hasn't seen.
Yeah.
All right, Goblet of Fire is the majority here.
All right, we
Chat.
have our final four in this bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, Return
It's
of the
time
King.
to throw in the King, Return of the King into the battle, the number 1 seed.
Return of the King versus Zodiac. We can talk about Return of the King because you haven't yet.
All right, so we'll start with Hannah.
I love Lord of the Rings. I do, but Zodiac's in my favorite movies of all time. So Zodiac.
Zodiac. Hannah's going Zodiac here. Jay?
Hold on.
These are both in your favorite movies of all time, Jay. This is incredibly hard, right?
God damn it. Which child do I like more? I'll go Zodiac just because I'm more of a Fellowship guy, but Zodiac.
Zodiac goes with Jay's vote. Damn, go Return of the King. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, I watched the Lord of the Rings movies for the first time a couple of years back. Return of the King, it was the longest, but it was the most epic. It had the most payoff, the most emotion. Samwise is the true hero of Middle-earth. Absolutely. And Peter Jackson made an absolute masterpiece. And Zodiac is fantastic as well. But I'm going to go with Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, for Frodo. Alex?
Return of the King. Return of the King is the best fantasy epic ever made. And then I think it's also part of the best trilogy ever made.
All right. Rohan is coming. Amy?
Oh, it's got to be. I love Zodiac. I love it. It's one of my favorite David Fincher films. But the Lord of the Rings trilogy is my comfort blanket. I think I've watched it more than I watched Harry Potter, surprisingly. So I'm going to have to go with Return of the King.
The battle of Deep is over, but the battle for Middle Earth has begun. All right, Return of the King comes out on top.
Wow, that was really, really close. And honestly, this chat is going super crazy, so I can't really. But the next matchup we have is Monsters, Inc. versus Goblet of Fire.
All right. Alex, kick it off with you.
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. What about you, Amy? Betting against Harry Potter?
I know what this is going to come down to, and I'm killing myself doing this, but Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire, sticking with Harry Potter. What about you, Hannah? Sticking Harry Potter?
There's one thing that I'll go against Harry Potter for, and it has to be Monsters, Inc. I can't think of a better movie to go against it for. So Monsters, Inc.
For Mike and Sully, Monsters, Inc. For Hannah. Jay?
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire for Jay. And Goblet of Fire for me.
Oh.
Harry Potter comes on top of Monsters, Inc. for me.
Wow. Okay. Well, we have our final two movies left in this bracket. What will be the first movie to move on to the finals? Is it going to be? It's the battle of the franchises here. Return of the King, Goblet of Fire.
These are the final two for this bracket. All right, Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter. I had a feeling it would come down to this. I will start this one off right here. I grew up a Harry Potter fan. I watched the Harry Potter movies a lot when I was a kid. But there is that one franchise that is better. But Return of the King with 11 Oscars. And then Goblet of Fire. Which do I go with? I'm going to go with Return of the King. It is the way better movie. It's one of the greatest films ever made. It's freaking Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. So that's my vote, Alex.
I love them both, but I got to go Return of the King.
Return of the King for Alex. That's 2. Amy?
Can you come back to me?
Oh, my God.
This is extremely difficult for me.
All right, Hannah. What about you? Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
I think Return of the King is the better movie, but Goblet of Fire is my favorite out of the two, so I'm going to stick with Goblet of Fire.
All right. Hannah's going Goblet of Fire. She's going with her personal favorite. Jay, what about you?
I got to go Goblet of Fire. No. Return of the King.
Oh, you were about to. Okay. Jay changed his answer to Return of the King. Amy, have you made your decision? But it doesn't matter.
I think I'm going to have to go with Goblet of Fire just because The Return of the King is so long. There's so many endings.
I don't
And I
blame you
am
there.
more of a two
Yeah.
towers
Yeah,
fan
yeah.
myself.
All right, but Return of the King does come out on top. The number one seed has won bracket number one and is moving on to the final four.
Did Amy pick?
She did. She picked Goblet of Fire.
Okay, gotcha.
But Return of the King, what about the chat?
It's a mess. They thought Battle of the Franchises, but I think I am seeing more Return of the King.
All right.
Return of the King.
All right. Is that a break or?
That is a break. You can address the chat.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break and go to the bathroom if you need to. That is the end of bracket one. Return of the King does move on. Let's address the chat while we do have a little break in here. Everybody's just thank you guys so much for getting involved, picking your favorite movies. And is there any ones that I missed that are like, huh?
This is a lot. You can take a look. They're everywhere. There's
Network 98. I was going to smash my computer if Jay picked Goblet of Fire. Yeah, that would have been very entertaining. Rep Monsters Inc. and Wally. Both franchises. Someone says both franchises are overrated.
Whoa.
What are the ratings?
That's fighting.
Oh, how dare you?
Wow. All right, getting some unpopular
Someone doesn't
opinions
like
going.
fantasy movies.
Somebody asked, have you seen Cobra Kai?
Watching it tonight.
Jay's watching it tonight. Awesome.
Yeah, season 3. Yeah.
Any of you guys?
I haven't yet.
I'm
No.
hearing
I
good things
haven't.
about it, but I haven't watched it yet.
I watched
I
the
haven't.
first 2 episodes and it was still on YouTube, and I was not a fan.
All right. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. What's going on, everybody? All right, I think we can go into the next bracket.
Yeah, and we got that one under an hour, so we're going to make a good pace.
All right, guys, let's go to our next bracket, which is bracket number 2. And the number one seed for this bracket is Jay's, one of his favorite movies of all time. Spirited Away is our next number one seed. It automatically moves on later on. So, guys, for bracket number 2, our first matchup is 2007's 310 to Yuma.
Oh.
Oh no!
Did Ryan freeze
It
again?
froze.
I thought he was building tension up or something like
Oh no.
I'll entertain the crowd.
Have you guys watched anything in the new year yet?
No, I have not.
No.
No.
I started off my year at Twilight. I watched Twilight today.
I don't like Twilight, but I love them as comedies. They're great. They're very fun.
Twilight is some of my favorite movies of all time, like unironically.
I'm back.
Oh, there's 2 of you.
Whoa.
All right, we're still live? All right. How do I get rid of this? Oh, remove. There we go. All right, we're back. Wait, what happened? Okay.
What'd you do?
Where did Hannah go?
Did you remove her by accident?
No, I was removing the other me.
I think she just turned off her camera for a minute.
All right, so we're still on break? All right.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know where Hannah went. She
was there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, my eye is watering really bad. I'm trying to take care of it.
Weird, I thought I removed you. But okay, we're back. We're back.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everyone, for the tech issues. My Wi-Fi sucks sometimes. But anyway, 2007's 310 to Yuma versus 2009's 500 Days of Summer. Mark Webb versus James Mangold. We're going to start with Alex.
I gotta go 310 to Yuma. I think it's one of my favorite westerns. Actually, my favorite western and one of the best remakes I've ever seen. So,
all right, Alex is going 310 to Yuma for this one. Amy?
This is an extremely easy choice for me. I'm not a romance fan, but I did fall asleep twice while watching 310 to Yuma, so I'm going to go with 500 Days of Summer because that was one of my favorite movies of all time for about 5 years.
All right, Amy's going 500 Days of Summer. Hannah?
I literally just said that Twilight is some of my favorite movies of all time, like unironically. So I love romance, obviously. So I'm gonna go with 500 Days of Summer, even though I love James Mangold.
All right, and Hannah's going 500 Days of Summer as well. This is tough for me. I really love 310 to Yuma. I think it's a really underrated Western from James Mangold, Russell Crowe, Christian Bale. Me, I'm not a romance fan, really, but I freaking love 500 Days of Summer. That might be my favorite romance movie I've seen in a while. I'm going to go with that one. I just think Mark Webb does romance perfectly. He should stick to that. And I just love the romance between JGL and
Zooey Deschanel.
Zooey Deschanel, thank you. I'm going with 500 Days of Summer. What about you, Jay?
Very difficult for me because I actually love both these movies. I'm going to go 500 Days of Summer because I think it's actually an amazing romantic comedy. Amazing. 310 to Yuma, though, underrated. Very underrated, but I'll go with 500 Days of Summer, yeah.
500 Days of Summer for Jay on this one. What about the chat?
Yeah, most people said they can't go against JGL, so they're going 500 Days of Summer.
All right, 500 Days of Summer gets the most votes, and it does move on. Our next matchup is a very intense one, very tough one, but we got Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man from 2002 versus Gladiator, Ridley Scott 2000. All right, we're going to start with Amy on this one.
I'm going to make a very, very statement that most people will not like me for. But I am not the biggest fan of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. But that being said, Gladiator was not my favorite movie, so I'm going to go with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
All right, Amy is not a fan of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, but she's going with it because she doesn't love Gladiator. So she's going with that. Okay. Well, what about Hannah?
This is very easy for me. I don't like Gladiator, and I'm a Spider-Man fangirl, so I have to go with Spider-Man.
All right, Hannah's going with Spider-Man as well. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm the opposite of Amy, actually. I love the Raimi Spider-Man movies. I love Gladiator, and I'm going to go Gladiator.
My name is Maximus Decimus Berenius, father to a dead son, husband to a murdered wife. I have my vengeance in this life and the next. I grew up a Spider-Man fan. I grew up with the Green Goblin, Tobey Maguire, and Doc Ock, all these villains. I love Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie. That's definitely one of my favorite superhero films. But Gladiator it hits me emotionally. I freaking love Russell Crowe. Great Oscar performance win. And it's just an epic movie all the way around. It's a better movie, I think. I'm going to go with Gladiator as well for this one. What about you, Alex?
I love them both. If I had to pick my favorite, though, I'd probably go Spider-Man. I think I would rather watch Spider-Man over Gladiator because it's campy, early 2000s comic book movie stuff. I can't say no to that. So
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout, moves on to the next round. Spider-Man moves on to the next round.
You guys are against the chat. They were going with Gladiator.
They're going with Gladiator on this one.
However, they love both movies, so maybe they're sort of happy.
They're both great movies here. But Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, does move on to the next round.
Wow.
All right, guys, our next matchup is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon from 2000 versus 2005's Walk the Line. Johnny Cash versus Ang Lee. And we're going to start with Hannah on this one.
Walk the Line, 100%. Even though I love Ang Lee, I had to go Walk the Line.
All right, Hannah's going Walk the Line right away. Jay?
Walk the Line. Great movie. Joaquin Phoenix. Fantastic. But I love a good kung fu movie, fighting movie, so Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
All right. Jay is going with Walk the Line as well, and I'm going with Mr. Johnny Cash as well. Walk the Line. Joaquin Phoenix, he should have won the Oscar for this movie. He is fan-freaking-tastic as Johnny Cash. It's such a dramatic movie. Great biopic. Crouching Tiger is a very epic movie, but it's a little artsy for my taste. I freaking love Walk the Line. What about you, Alex?
I gotta go Walk the Line. Like, I love them both, but there's that middle section in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon that I totally checked out of. The first third and the last third are great, but that middle section I just checked out of. So I gotta go Walk the Line.
All right, another walk the line here from Alex. What about you, Amy?
I'm also going to go Walk the Line. I think I fell asleep a couple times while watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon as well. It's just so long.
All right, and Walk the Line is the majority vote from the chat, from the panel. What about the chat?
Did Amy go Crouching?
Yes, she went Walk the Line.
Oh, she did. Okay. The chat is definitely with you guys going Walk the Line. Few Crouching Tigers, but Walk the Line takes it.
All right, Walk the Line. I'm Johnny Cash. Does move on to the next round. All right, guys. Our next matchup is going to get epic. It's going to get swashbuckly because we got Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, going up against Juno. Pregnancy versus Pirates. We'll start with Jay.
Both good movies. Both very good movies, actually. Juno's very good, actually. It's not my favorite Jason Raven movie. My favorite is Up in the Air. Pirates. I can't go against Pirates of the Caribbean. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. Again, that's childhood, and I love that first movie. I like the second and third one. Then after that, but first one, I love it. So I'm gonna go Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right, Jay's going with Pirates of the Caribbean. And these are two very different movies. I watched Juno for the very first time. Very good movie. Elliot, and she's just fantastic in this movie. I freaking love her in this movie. It's a really great depiction of pregnancy, especially being a teenager in high school. And Jason Reitman, just one of his best movies. But Pirates of the Caribbean, man, watching Curse of the Black Pearl just was so phenomenal. I played the Pirates of the Caribbean music for marching band in high school, and we watched this movie many times. It's fantastic. I'm going to go with Pirates of the Caribbean. Just epic. Alex?
Curse of the Black Pearl. Never gets old. That music is just so iconic. Johnny Depp created such an iconic character with Captain Jack Sparrow. Just so much swashbuckling fun. Obviously the best in the series. I'm somebody that does actually like all five of them to some extent. But yeah, I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl is just, it's phenomenal.
All right, we got Curse of the Black Pearl for Alex. Amy?
This is very hard because both of these movies I love so much. Like when Juno came out on DVD, my mom got me a special edition that had Diablo Cody's script, the shooting script that they used in with the DVD. But I am going to have to go with Pirates because that is just childhood. I know that entire movie by heart. I love that movie, so Pirates.
All right, Pirates for Amy. What about Hannah?
I don't know if you know, Elliot does go by he, him pronouns. I just want to let you know, just in case you didn't know, Ryan. But yeah, I'm going to go with Pirates of the Caribbean also. It's childhood, like everyone else said, so.
Ryan freeze again.
Oh, no.
Pirates of the Caribbean for this one.
Yeah, the chat is definitely with you guys. I've never seen so many pirates in the chat before.
All right, Pirates of the Caribbean does move on to the next round. All right. This is the battle of some of the greatest directors working today. We're just going to throw it right up here. We got Christopher Nolan's The Prestige versus Steven Spielberg's Minority Report. This is one of the toughest ones we've had so far. Which director do you prefer, Nolan or Spielberg? Jay, we'll start with you.
Spielberg, I like more than Nolan. But if it comes to these two films, I love Minority Report. I don't want to go against Tom Cruise and Spielberg. I love that. But The Prestige is incredible. The way they do the 3-act structure, The Pledge, The Turn, The Prestige. Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman are both amazing. You got David Bowie. I love it. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yes, David Bowie, my favorite singer ever. Prestige. Gotta go Prestige.
The Prestige for Jay on this one. For me, you got Spielberg, Minority Report, just fantastic movie all the way around. Love Colin Farrell as Danny Whitwer. He's terrific in there. Just a great flippin'. You got murders. You got Tom Cruise in there, just being the captive, him running away. Just a great movie. But you got The Prestige. Just a great movie about a rivalry. I'm just so into rivalries. And I think The Prestige is one of my favorite Nolan movies. So Prestige for me. Alex?
I'm glad you guys are going The Prestige. I love them both, but I'm going to go The Prestige for the soul fact that I think it is one of the more overlooked Nolan films. Like, I don't really hear this in like conversation with like Inception or Tenet or like the Dark Knight movies. So I got to go with The Prestige.
All right, Alex is going with The Prestige as well. What about Amy?
Prestige as well for me. Like Minority Report, Tom Cruise, Spielberg. It's great. It was one of the ones that I needed to watch again or watch for the first time, and I really liked it. But The Prestige, I am a fangirl for life with Christopher Nolan. So Prestige, it's an amazing film.
All right, and The Prestige does move on, but we got to hear from Hannah on this one.
I'm a Nolan girl through and through, so I have to go to The Prestige, and it's my favorite Nolan film, actually. So
Nice.
Good choice. The Prestige does move on to the next round. Minority Report, that's a great movie as well. But The Prestige moves on. But what did the chat say?
Yeah, I think I see a little bit more Prestige. There is definitely love for Minority Report. Somebody even said Monsters Inc. again.
They just can't accept
valid, very valid.
Great,
You'll never escape it.
No, they can't accept. But we did vote for The Prestige, and it does move on to the next round. All right, now we're going to go to the battle of the 2004 movies, and they're both very different in their own rights. We got Before Sunset 2004 versus Million Dollar Baby, the Best Picture winner of that year. All right, let's start with Hannah on this one.
I watched both of these movies for the first time last year, the end of last year, and they both blew me away. But I don't think one of the times that I've cried the hardest was watching Million Dollar Baby, and I thought about it for weeks after I watched it for the first time. So I have to go with Million Dollar Baby.
All right, Hannah's going Million Dollar Baby over the romance movie. Jay, I know you love the Before trilogy, man.
The Before trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies. I love Before Sunrise, Sunset, Before Midnight. It's just a perfect trilogy about this relationship between Jesse and Celine. I love it. I love Million Dollar Baby. It makes me cry too. It's very, very sad. I can't go against the Before trilogy. And Before Sunset is my favorite out of the Before trilogy, so Before Sunset.
Wow. All right. Jay's going with Before Sunset in this matchup right here. He's going with nostalgia. I as well watched Before Sunset for the first time. It's a good movie, really good. I need to watch the whole trilogy for me to connect with the characters. Million Dollar Baby, freaking phenomenal movie. Clint Eastwood, his masterpiece, just a brilliant movie. Hilary Swank, Oscar well-deserved. Morgan Freeman, Oscar well-deserved. Clint Eastwood, Best Director, Oscar well-deserved, and Best Picture. The ending is an emotional gut punch. I mean, like, just, oh my God. I'm definitely going Million Dollar Baby for this one. Alex?
I haven't seen Before Sunset.
All right, Alex hasn't seen Before Sunset, so his vote doesn't count. Amy?
I actually really did not like Million Dollar Baby. I was bored throughout most of it, so I'm going to go with Before Sunset, but I also surprisingly really enjoyed the trilogy when I watched it for the first time this year because I'm not a huge fan of romance movies, but I fell in love with how realistic their relationship is, so Before Sunset.
All right, Amy is going with Before Sunset in this matchup.
We got a 2-2 tie.
We got a tie, so we got to go to the chat right here to determine.
All right, so Ryan, count your hand with me. Count your Million Dollar Baby, Million Dollar Baby, Million Dollar Baby. 4. I see 4 for Million Dollar Baby. Before Sunset, I see 1, 2, 3.
All right, Million Dollar Baby gets the majority vote, so that moves on to the next round. A very close matchup.
Yes.
All right, let me get it back up here. All right, guys, our next matchup is we got American Psycho from 2000 versus 2006's Pan's Labyrinth. This is a very bloody, interesting matchup indeed. Alex, we'll start with you.
American Psycho. You guys like Huey Lewis in the news? It's just,
hey, Paul.
I remember when I watched this movie for the first time. It was right when I was getting into horror, so I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" Like, it's one of those movies. So yeah, I gotta go American Psycho.
All right, Alex is going with American Psycho. Amy?
These are both so good. I love both of these films, but I put off watching Pan's Labyrinth for so long just because I was terrified of it, especially like the hand. Yeah, that it terrified me. But when I finally watched it, I fell in love, and it's probably my favorite Del Toro film of all time. So Pan's Labyrinth for me.
All right, Amy's going with Pan's Labyrinth, some Del Toro. Hannah, what about you?
It is also my favorite Guillermo del Toro movie, and I am a Guillermo del Toro stan, so I have to go with Pan's Labyrinth.
All right, Hannah as well is feeling the Del Toro with Pan's Labyrinth. Jay, what about you?
It is also my favorite Guillermo del Toro film. Yes, Pan's Labyrinth.
All right, Pan's Labyrinth for Jay. I'm in a different ballpark. I enjoyed Pan's Labyrinth. I'm not a Del Toro diehard fan like you guys, but I enjoy his movies. They're just not my movies. The Shape of Water, it's a good movie. I didn't think it deserved Best Picture, but it's a good movie. But I'm going to go with American Psycho. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, when did we ever get movies where you get like Christian Bale as Norman Bates? Did I say Norman Bates? Patrick Bateman. There we go. I'm off there. Patrick Bateman. I'm going to go with American Psycho. All right. Pan's Labyrinth is the winner here. What's the chat saying?
Is also the winner in the chat by a couple of votes.
All right, Pan's Labyrinth gets the majority votes, and it does move on to the next round. All right, guys, our next matchup. All right, get ready, Alex. It's here. It's finally here.
Yes.
We got Borat in the battle of the 2006 movies. We got Borat versus Casino Royale. All right, and we're going to start with Amy first.
Wow, you won't start with Alex?
Well, I think everybody knows my answer. So.
Well, I know I'm going to side with Alex on this one because this is actually the only James Bond movie that I have seen, and it is amazing. I love it so much. And I was not the biggest fan of the first Borat movie. The new one, however, subsequent movie film is great. I love it. But Casino Royale is perfection.
Yep. All right, Casino Royale. Boom. Just like that for Amy. Hannah?
I don't like James Bond that much, so but I am a huge Sacha Baron Cohen stan, so I had to go with Borat. And I also just really love the movie. And also I agree with you on Borat too. I think it's better than this movie, but I also love the first one.
All right, and Hannah is going with Borat for this one. For me, I watched the first Borat for the first time most recently. It's a funny ass movie. I love that movie. But you're going up against Casino Royale, which is the better movie, and I'm going with that. I mean, it's my favorite Bond movie easily. So Casino Royale. Jay?
Yeah, Borat's pretty good, but Casino Royale is the best Bond. It's fucking awesome. I love it. And yeah, anytime Martin Campbell directs a Bond movie, whether it's Casino Royale or like GoldenEye, love it. So Casino Royale all the way.
Casino Royale for Jay. And what is the chat saying though?
Do we ask Alex?
Do we? It's Casino Royale, right? Alex? Yeah. Alex, say your thoughts.
Casino Royale. I mean, I could talk about this movie all day, so I'm just gonna say it's amongst the best Bond films, and that parkour chase is one of the greatest action scenes ever filmed.
All right, and Casino Royale for Alex. And what is the chat saying?
I think all you have to do, Ryan, is find hot takes for nerds comment. That's what the chat is saying.
All right. All right, where's hot takes for nerds? Oh, there. Summer Griffin is just screaming at me.
I know. Every time I talk to Griffin, he brings up.
All right, Casino Royale is the majority vote, and it does move on in this round.
I'm
All right.
so scared every time I talk to Griffin. Every time he brings up James Bond, because I'm like, I can't say anything. We're not going to be friends anymore.
I think Griffin cried when I told him that I finally watched a James Bond film.
It just makes him so happy. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go to our next matchup right here. We got 2005's V for Vendetta versus 2000's Castaway. Tom Hanks versus Hugo Weaving as V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. Let's start with Jay.
Castaway, great movie. Never watch a trailer for that movie. It's the worst trailer ever made. It literally spoils the whole
Yeah.
It's the shittiest trailer ever. I'm like, wow. But I love Castaway. But V for Vendetta is an underrated superhero movie. I love it. I'm going to go V for Vendetta.
All right. Jay is going for V for Vendetta on this matchup. Yeah, I also watched Castaway once again. It's been a while since I've seen it. I agree that trailer should not have even been released. And I think Castaway is freaking overrated. So I'm going to go V for Vendetta, which I think is extremely underrated on the 5th of November. And so, yeah, I'm going to go with V for Vendetta. Just an awesome movie. Freaking awesome. Alex?
Yeah, both of them are great. I gotta go V for Vendetta. I love me some dystopian science fiction and futuristic type settings and superhero movie. Just has a lot to say about like political regimes and all that. So I just love those overtones that V for Vendetta has. So I gotta go V for Vendetta.
All right, V for Vendetta. Amy.
I actually watched this the same day the day before the election results were announced. So it felt very relevant. V for Vendetta did. But actually, you know what? Yeah, V for Vendetta is what I'm going with. Sorry, Papa Hanks, but gotta go with the revolution.
All right, we got V for Vendetta for Amy and Hannah.
V for Vendetta is one of the movies that like made me fall in love with films, so I have to go with V for Vendetta.
All right, and it's a sweep for V for Vendetta. And what's the chat saying?
Slight Edge is also going to V for Vendetta. It was close in the chat, but
yeah, very close. I'm reading right here. V for Vendetta does move on to the next round. All right, let's go to our next matchup right here. We got 2002 Signs versus Ratatouille 2007.
Woo!
Pixar versus M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. And we're going to start with Amy on this one.
Ratatouille 100%. Like, Science is good, but Ratatouille is my number 2 favorite Pixar film of all time.
All right, and easy for Amy. She's going Ratatouille. What about Hannah?
This is so hard for me as a Pixar stan and also an M. Night Shyamalan stan. I'm going to go Signs.
Ooh, Hannah's going with Signs in this one. She's going the Shyamalan movie here. And Jay, I know what you're going with. So,
oh my God, Cody's gonna love this. Brace yourself, Cody. Ratatouille, amazing, so good. I love Ratatouille. I love it more than The Incredibles. I love it. Anton Ego, I love that character. I love everything about cooking. It made me almost. I was eager to eat some food after. I love Ratatouille. Signs, I'm not even a fan of Signs, so easy Ratatouille.
My heart.
Ratatouille.
All right, Jay's easily going Ratatouille. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ratatouille as well, even though I think that movie is overrated as well for Pixar. It's a great movie, but yeah, Ratatouille is overrated. I said it. Signs. I think it's a really underrated M. Night Shyamalan movie. I like Mel Gibson in that movie, Joaquin Phoenix, but just doesn't really resonate with me like his other movies do. But yeah, Ratatouille is the better movie, so I'll vote for that. Jay, is that everybody? Alex.
Yeah, I gotta go Ratatouille. I'm not a huge fan of Shyamalan like late in his career. I do like Signs a lot. Like his early stuff I like a lot, but I think Ratatouille is just it's beautiful. It's way too good.
All right, and Alex is going Ratatouille. So Ratatouille does move on, and what is the chat saying?
It doesn't matter what the chat says.
Well,
It's
yeah.
what I say, because Ratatouille is amazing.
No,
Yes.
your opinion doesn't
Yes, a lot of Ratatouilles. A lot of love.
All right, Ratatouille easily moves on. All right, we got another Pixar movie in this matchup right here. This is an easy one. We got 2003's Finding Nemo versus 2009's Fantastic Mr. Fox. All right, I'll start this one actually. Fantastic Mr. Fox it's another one of my favorite Wes Anderson movies. I think it's a good movie. But Finding Nemo, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. just the characters, the animation, the opening scene just punches my heart out every time. It's got some great side characters, Bruce, Crush, like every character's so memorable in this movie, and Finding Nemo just always gets to me. So easily Finding Nemo. Alex.
I haven't seen Fantastic Mr. Fox.
All right. Alex hasn't seen Fantastic Mr.
Oh, wow.
Fox. All right. Amy.
This is a tough one, but Fantastic Mr. Fox is one of my favorite Wes Anderson films of all time. So I'm going to have to go with that. I love Finding Nemo. It's not my favorite Pixar movie, but I love Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I watch it on a regular basis.
All right. Amy's going Fantastic Mr. Fox. Hannah, what about you?
Fantastic Mr. Fox is my favorite Wes Anderson movie, but I'm going to have to give Finding Nemo just the slightest edge because when I think of childhood movies, this is like the movie that I think of. So, and it's just amazing on top of that.
All right. Hannah's going to go with childhood with Finding Nemo for this one. What about you, Jay?
I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's great. I love that they always do the cuss when they're cussing. It's very
Cussing at me. Yeah.
super funny
I
there.
love that scene.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, I kind of like Isle of Dogs a little more than Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I love Isle of Dogs.
I enjoyed
love
that.
movie.
Isle of Dogs is really good, yeah.
Nemo, though, I love it. Again, it's childhood. I gotta go Nemo. It's just so great. It's so good.
Yeah, Finding Nemo definitely wins with the panel. What about the chat? Are they in agreement?
Yes, they're definitely in agreement with you. I'm seeing about 15 for Finding Nemo, but 2 or 3 for Fantastic Mr. Fox.
All right, hot take. Finding Nemo isn't top 5 Pixar for him, but yes, Finding Nemo is the majority vote, and it does move on. All right, our final matchup for Bracket 2, first round. We got 2005's Batman Begins. This is going to be sweet. Batman Begins versus Funny People. Judd Apatow versus Nolan Batman. We're going to start with Hannah on this one.
I'm not a huge Judd Apatow fan, but I do love Funny People, so this is hard for me. I'm going to go with Batman Begins. It's actually my favorite in the trilogy, so yeah, and once again, I'm a Nolan girl, so.
Yeah. The Nolan girl goes with Batman Begins in this one. Jay, I think you agree.
Funny People is good, actually. Pretty
It
darn
is.
good. It's a little long. I think they should have trimmed a little bit.
Very
But,
freaking long.
I think all Judd Apatow movies are.
Yeah.
some of the scenes just go on for too long, but Batman Begins is so good. I always say Dark Knight's like the best superhero movie ever, but Batman Begins always comes close to it. And sometimes I even like change my mind. Like maybe Batman Begins is better, but I love Batman Begins. It's a great origin story. Batman Begins easily.
Yeah, Batman Begins is my favorite origin story for any comic book movie. Just the journey Bruce Wayne goes through, training with the League of Shadows, becoming Batman, and Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. I think he's a very underrated comic book villain. Just it's Batman Begins. Funny People's good too. One of Adam Sandler's best movies. I agree. The third act goes on for way too long. That freaking fight scene was so unnecessary. But Adam Sandler's good. So is Seth Rogen. But no, Batman Begins, one of my favorite movies of all time. So easily Batman Begins for me. Alex?
Batman Begins, easily, for me.
Yeah, without a doubt, he's going Batman Begins. What about you, Amy?
Batman Begins for me as well. I am not a Judd Apatow fan, and I really did not like Funny People at all.
Oh, all right. She didn't like Funny People, so she's going Batman Begins. So Batman Begins gets it from us. What about the chat?
Yep, I am seeing so many Batman Begins that my eyes are hurting.
All right. Batman Begins moves on to the next round, and that is round 1 of Bracket 2. Done.
Awesome. So we'll move on to the next couple of matchups here. Some of these are tough. This is going to be.
Oh, man. I'm not looking. This is going to be tough.
All right. So you guys have already talked about these ones, so we'll just do a quick, sentence and a vote. Sound good, Ryan?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Awesome. We have 500 Days of Summer versus Spider-Man.
I'll start Spider-Man. Alex?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Amy?
500 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer. Hannah?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Jay?
500 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer.
Came
Wow.
close, but Sam Raimi is moving.
Sam Raimi, Spider-Man comes out on top.
Next matchup, Walk the Line versus Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
All right, Alex.
Gotta go Curse of the Black Pearl.
Curse of the Black Pearl. Amy?
Pirates.
Pirates. Hannah?
What's the other one?
Walk the Line and Pirates.
Pirates.
Pirates. She was just asking what the matchups were.
Oh, sorry. What did
She went Pirates.
Okay.
Amy went with what?
Pirates.
Pirates for Amy.
Okay.
Jay?
Pirates.
I'm Pirates as well. Jay went with Pirates as
So
well.
that's a sweep.
So that's a sweep.
Gotcha. All right. So easily Pirates moves on. Next matchup: The Prestige versus $1 Million Baby.
Ooh. Amy.
Prestige.
Prestige. Hannah.
The Prestige.
Prestige. Jay.
Prestige.
Prestige. $1 Million Baby for me. Alex.
Prestige.
Prestige.
Wow. All right. 4-1. Prestige is moving on. Next, Pan's Labyrinth versus Casino Royale.
Alex.
Casino Royale.
Amy.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth. Hannah.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth. Jay.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Wow! Casino Royale! I'm sorry, Alex. We couldn't save it. The chat's probably going to erupt very quickly. Pan's Labyrinth moves on.
All right.
All right.
All right. Another fun one: V for Vendetta versus Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Jay.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. V for Vendetta.
Oh.
Alex.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Amy.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Hannah.
Poor V for Vendetta. I was gonna say V for Vendetta, but rip.
So V for Vendetta, Hannah?
hmm
V for Vendetta. All right.
Ryan's so mad right now.
I love V for Vendetta. Where's the
Alright.
chat? No.
Ooh, this is a hard one.
Oh, man, I'm not ready.
Finding Nemo versus Batman Begins.
Oh, damn. I start this one off, too. How dare you? I'm going to go, which is higher in my favorite movies of all time. It's Finding Nemo. Love Batman Begins, but Finding Nemo. I'm going to go with that. Alex?
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins for Alex. Amy?
I'm gonna go with Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Hannah?
I'm going to go with Finding Nemo too.
Finding Nemo. Jay?
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins for Jay, but Finding Nemo comes out on top.
Nemo moves on.
It just keeps swimming
Yeah,
into
we're
this
swimming.
tournament.
We're swimming, but our next matchup: Spider-Man versus Curse of the Black Pearl.
Spider-Man versus Pirates. Ooh. All right, we'll start with Alex.
Pirates.
Pirates. Amy?
Pirates.
Pirates. Hannah?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Jay?
Pirates.
Pirates. It lost, but I was going to go Spider-Man as well. But Pirates does swashbuckle the next round. Booyah!
All right, Curse of the Black Pearl is moving on. Next matchup: The Prestige versus
Stormy.
versus Pan's Labyrinth.
Sorry, we got Pan's Labyrinth versus what?
The Prestige.
The Prestige. All right. Amy.
I'm gonna have to go with The Prestige.
The Prestige. Hannah.
The Prestige.
The Prestige. Jay?
Prestige.
Nick. I'm Prestige as well. Jay said Prestige. Alex?
Prestige.
Prestige. Easy sweep.
All right, all right. And then we have Ratatouille versus Finding Nemo.
Oh, all right. This is easy for me. I'll just go. I'll just get it out of the way. Finding Nemo easily. Alex.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Amy.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Hannah.
Listen, I love Ratatouille, I do, but I had to go Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. And Jay.
Sorry, Cody, I'm with you, man. Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Can
Finding
we give
Nemo.
Cody a vote in this round, please?
Yes.
Cody, you're Finding Nemo or Ratatouille guy? What's your
Oh gosh, don't do that to me.
What was your vote?
I gotta go Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
No.
Finding
Oh,
Nemo.
really?
Yeah.
I thought he would go Ratatouille.
But we have two
Cody's voted.
animated films left in the final four in the bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Spirited Away.
Wow, Spirited Away enters the battle ring.
And it is facing Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh, Curse of the Black Pearl. Spirited Away versus Curse of the Black Pearl. We're going to start with Jay because I already know what he's going with. Just put Spirited Away, okay?
I don't know, is he?
Yeah, go to Spirit. Every time Jay goes, just put Spirited
It's a
Away.
perfect
Alex.
movie.
Alex.
I gotta go Spirited Away on that one too.
Yeah, Spirited Away for Alex. Amy.
Same.
You have any quick thoughts on it or no?
I love Spirited Away. It's my favorite Ghibli film.
Yeah.
I have a special collector's edition we made at my job that is beautiful.
Nice. Spirited Away for Amy. Hannah?
I have to go Spirited Away also.
Yeah, Spirited Away. I'm going Spirited Away as
I
well.
love
Sorry,
all of you.
Pirates.
Love you all.
It's the better
You
movie.
had a good run. You had a good run. But the next matchup we have is The Prestige versus Finding Nemo.
Oh, Nolan versus Pixar. Ooh. Jay, we'll start with you.
Prestige.
Prestige. Me. Finding Nemo. Easily. Alex.
I gotta go Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo for Alex. Amy.
My Christopher Nolan fangirl heart is going to go with Prestige.
Prestige for Amy.
Comes down to Hannah.
Hannah, comes down to you.
Oh, I hate this. I'm so sorry, Christopher Nolan. I'm gonna go Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, she's going childhood. Finding Nemo does come out on top here and goes to the finals.
It goes to the final, and in bracket 2, we have an animated matchup between Spirited Away and Finding Nemo.
All right. We'll have Alex start this one.
Okay.
This is
Oh man,
tough.
yeah, this is a tough one. You know, I love them both, but Finding Nemo has stuck with me ever since childhood, so I gotta go with Finding Nemo.
All right, Alex votes for Finding Nemo. Amy.
I got to go with Spirited Away. It's too beautiful.
All right, Amy goes Spirited Away. Hannah.
I just watched Spirited Away for the first time like a year ago, and I've had Finding Nemo like all my life, so I have to go with Finding Nemo.
All right, Finding Nemo for
You know, I
Hannah.
agree. Spirited Away is a perfect movie. I love it
Yeah.
so
You know,
much.
Jay's going Spirited
When it
Away.
comes
Yeah,
down
I
to
would
it,
Spirited
my
Away.
friend.
Sorry, Jay, but Finding Nemo's one of my
I'm
childhood.
so sorry.
I just watched Spirited Away for the first time this last year. It's a beautiful
Both
movie.
Jay and Alex lose their
Wow.
favorites.
Okay,
in this
Spirited
round.
Away is a great movie, but I watched Finding
Does that
Nemo
feel
my
out?
whole life.
Feel
Yeah. Sorry, Jay, but Spirited Away gets knocked out to Finding Nemo, and Finding Nemo is representing this bracket.
The second bracket, and the first number one seed to get knocked off, and Finding Nemo makes its way to the end of this bracket. There you go.
My
All right.
There you go. I don't know if you want anybody in the chat, you want to bring up their comments. I
Yeah,
know
well,
some of them
we'll
are
go-
mad.
See, some people haven't seen Spirited Away.
Wow.
Everyone goes, my childhood wins, woohoo! Yeah, somebody's really excited to see Finding Nemo. I knew Jay said Spirited Away. Yeah, the first time a number one seed doesn't win. So, I'm trying to see if there's any shocking ones. There's not any shocking ones. All right, so that does it for the second bracket.
Does anybody
Right.
need
Does anybody need to use the bathroom?
that? We can keep going.
Jay?
Yeah, I need to go. Hold on.
All right. Are you gonna go
What's that?
cry in the bathroom? I get it. I get it, buddy. Now Jay's gonna go have a emotional breakdown. I'm just he's taking a break.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
do you have anything to say, Cody?
No, I mean it's been fun to watch the chat. They've been definitely screaming these past couple of minutes, especially with that animated matchup at the end there.
Yeah, this is getting tough.
Yeah, it's getting tough.
Animation is
We're
just reigning
through.
supreme.
Still a lot more great movies to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now would be a good time. I'm curious. Maybe everyone can give their
What?
couple of not most anticipated, but like excited films for this year coming up. Maybe.
All right, most anticipated this year?
Yeah, sure. Why
Give
not?
some of your favorites. All right, Alex, what are some of your most anticipated this year?
Dune, No Time to Die, Black Widow. What else is coming out from Marvel? Eternals this year?
We got the Eternals. Black
They have so
Widow.
many. They have so many coming out. I'm so lost.
They have a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I think Judah and the Black Messiah looks really good.
Oh yeah, that looks really good as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many movies coming out.
Yeah.
Amy, anyone stick out to you, Amy?
I can't think of like any off the top of my head. The only one I can think of is Zola, which is that A24 film based on that like huge tweet thread. I'm so excited for that. Like
Isn't Dead Patel have one coming out? Green Knight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Basically
definitely.
anything A24 is putting out.
Yeah.
Saint
Hannah-
Maud, I'm excited for that. I haven't seen it, but a lot of people that I work with have seen it, and they said it's great.
I saw it. It was really good.
St. Maud
Yeah,
is good.
and
Yeah.
Shang-Chi as well, somebody said, for Marvel. What about you, Hannah? Jay?
I think Eternals is probably my most anticipated Marvel film, even though I'm a Spider-Man fangirl. I'm so excited. And Cherry, yes, Cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
So excited about
Thank
that.
you for fixing the poster.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Jay, what about you? What's your most anticipated next year?
Or
this year. This year.
Okay, I was
It's the
like, what was
Batman, obviously, next year.
Yeah,
but what about
Batman.
this year?
anticipated movie for this year? Batman, Dune. Yes,
It's Peter Rabbit 2, right?
that's right.
Oh, Dune
Yeah,
is my
that's
most anticipated
mine.
movie of
Yeah.
this year. 100%
Easily,
Dune is.
yeah, it's gonna be so amazing. All right,
Lily, what's your
everybody-
dog name?
Did you ask what my most
Doggy, yeah.
No, Cody, what's your most anticipated?
Thanks so much for asking.
Yeah, we know. I know what it
Is
is.
In the Heights coming out this year?
It is, yes,
That's my most
on
anticipated.
HBO Max.
Yeah. That's my
And The Heights, that's your most. All right.
The Suicide Squad also, I forgot about that.
Yes,
Oh,
the Suicide
Suicide-
Squad.
It's going to be rated R. It's been confirmed.
See how that goes.
All right, yeah.
Awesome. I think we're
All right, I think we're ready to begin bracket 3. This is going to get even harder. All right, bracket 3. Here we go. Number 1 seed. Boom. That's it. We're done. There it is. Yeah. Dark Knight. All right, that's number 1 seed. Bye, guys. All right. Let's begin bracket number 3. First of all, I got to point this out. We got 41 people watching.
Yes, thank you,
That's
guys.
incredible. Thank you, guys. We wanted this to be big, and you guys are interacting. Thank you guys so much. All right. Our first matchup in bracket 3 is Brokeback Mountain 2005 versus Insomnia
Ooh, oh my
2002. Wow, Nolan versus Ang Lee.
Oh.
Oh my God. All right, I'll start this one off. I mean, I watched Brokeback Mountain. That movie gets me. It's a really good movie. Heath Ledger just gets me in that movie. Yeah, we're going to Brokeback Mountain. He's back at the end. Oh man, it's a really good. I wish I knew how to quit you. It's an amazing movie. How did that movie not win Best Picture over Crash? I don't get it.
It's insane. Insanity.
It's an amazing movie. But Insomnia is the most underrated Nolan movie. This movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love Al Pacino and Robin Williams. Rest in peace. Just this cop. And just so good. I love Insomnia. But I'm going to go Brokeback Mountain for this matchup. What about you, Alex?
I'm going to go Insomnia, Nolan's most underrated film, and I don't know what it is, but Robin Williams as a villain is just, it's phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, he's so good. Like, it's just that psychopath. Like, it's kind of like what Hannah and Amy were saying about, like, Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey, but with this one's with Robin Williams, so.
Yeah. All right. And Alex is going Insomnia for this matchup. What about you, Amy?
This is hard. It's like, do I go with Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger, or do I go with Christopher Nolan and Robin Williams? So I think
Raw.
and Al Pacino at his most Al Pacino-iest. So, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Brokeback.
Sorry, what was that line he says? Fucking A or something like that. That made me laugh so hard. What did you say? Brokeback Mountain, Amy?
Yeah.
All right, Brokeback Mountain for Amy. Hannah.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain, 100%. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and also like Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, how can I? Nothing compares.
Yeah, all right.
Even Nolan.
It's one of her favorite movies. She's going Brokeback Mountain.
Nice.
Jay.
I have to echo that Insomnia is the most underrated Nolan movie. I love it. I hate that they put these two films first. God damn you, Ryan.
It's randomized.
Oh, damn that randomizer. Is incredible. Fucking hate Crash so much. It should have been Brokeback Mountain for Best Picture. If not that or Good Night and Good Luck, but mostly Brokeback Mountain. But Brokeback Mountain, yeah, easily.
I wish I knew how to quit you. Brokeback Mountain comes out on top. And what is the chat saying?
Yeah, the chat's definitely with you guys going Brokeback Mountain. We have Jerome in there saying Insomnia. He thinks Brokeback's overrated.
What?
Regardless,
Get Jerome out of here. I'm just kidding.
Brokeback's moving on.
All
That's
right.
certainly a take.
Brokeback Mountain comes out on top. All right, let's go to our next matchup right here. We got 2004's The Aviator versus Up, 2009. Pixar again versus Martin Scorsese. All right, we're going to start with Jay. I think I know what you're going
Of course, you had to start with Jay because Ryan knows me very well. Up's my favorite Pixar movie favorite Pixar movie of all time. I love Up.
Yeah,
I love it. Aviator's good. Howard Hughes, Leonardo DiCaprio's fantastic. Great movie, but Up. I love Up.
All right, yeah. I'm going with Up as well. The thing that gets Up for me is that third act. Like, the movie is so good, those first two acts. Obviously, the opening with Carl and his wife. My God, Pixar. But once we get to the talking dogs and the villain in the movie, Charles Muntz, I'm like, it's fine. But Up's one of my favorite Pixar movies, too. But The Aviator is really good, but it's way too freaking long. Almost 3 hours long. But Leo's fantastic in here as Howard Hughes. This is one of my favorite performances from him. Cate Blanchett, she won the Oscar for this. But I'm going with Up. Alex.
I got to go with Up. I'm not a huge fan of The Aviator. I thought The Aviator was long and drawn out, kind of boring. Up is so emotional, and that opening scene just guts you, man. And then the rest of the movie is just it hits you, you know?
Yeah, definitely hits you. Really.
Yeah.
All right, Alex is going Up as well. Amy.
This is really difficult for me because The Aviator is like a 1, 2, 3 punch of some of my favorite things. Like, Scorsese is my all-time favorite director. Leo is like my favorite actor of all time, and I love a good biopic. But Up is it is a classic Pixar. It kills you, and then it makes you happy. So I'm gonna go with Up.
All right, Amy's going Up, continuing the Up train. What about you, Hannah?
Scorsese versus Pete Docter is just like, it's such a hard choice for me.
Yeah.
But I'll give the edge to Up because it has the emotional punch.
All right, she's going Up as well. Up gets the majority vote. What's the chat saying?
Did Jay go with Up as well?
Yes.
Yep, and the chat is with you guys. Lots of love for Up.
All right, and Up easily does move on to the next round. All right, our next matchup we got here is a Best Picture winner, A Beautiful Mind in 2001 versus Panic Room, David Fincher back at it again from 2002. Interesting matchup. Amy, let's start with you.
Oh, this is tough. Like, A Beautiful Mind is so great, but Panic Room, it just like grabs you and makes you run with it and does not stop until the end. It's just nonstop. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Jodie Foster in Panic Room.
Oh yeah, that's
And
a
little
good
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, little Kristen Stewart, she's great. Amy's going with Panic Room for this one.
All right.
Hannah.
I might have to go Panic Room just for Forrest Whitaker alone because he's so great in Panic Room. And I think it's up there for my favorite David Fincher movies, even though it's mostly on the bottom of people's lists. But I love Panic Room so much, so Panic Room.
All right, Hannah's going with
mine too, though.
yes, Panic Room for Hannah as well.
All right.
What about Jay?
I love A Beautiful Mind. I think A Beautiful Mind's really good. Russell Crowe's really good. I like Gladiator more, but I like Beautiful Mind. But Panic Room is very overlooked. And I love the villains like Jared Leto and Forrest Whitaker. They're great in that movie. And the other guy, I forget the actor's name, but Jodie Foster, young Kristen Stewart. I think Panic Room it gives me anxiety. That's a good thing. It's a really great movie. So I go Panic Room.
All right, Jay is going with Panic Room as well. This is tough for me. I mean, I really like A Beautiful Mind as well. It's my favorite Ron Howard movie. Russell Crowe's fantastic in this movie. He's terrific. He gave Denzel a run for his money for sure. But I look at Panic Room. It's easily David Fincher's most underrated movie. This is tough. What do I go with? The underrated or the beloved film? I really like Panic Room. I'm going to go with Panic Room for this one. I like the underdogs. What about you, Alex?
Panic Room is the one David Fincher film I have not seen. I could not get my hands on it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alex hasn't seen Panic Room, but Panic Room is the majority vote from the panel. What is the chat saying, though?
They're definitely against you guys on this one. There's a lot of love for A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, some people are mad. Oh, man.
Jacoby says, surprisingly, he's going with Panic Room, even though it's one of Fincher's lesser movies for me. He was never a fan of A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, wow. Well,
But Panic Room's moving on.
Panic Room, David Fincher does move on. A lot of Fincher love tonight. Let's get this off here. Okay, we got another animation battle right here, and this is perfect because this is a DreamWorks battle this time. Kung Fu Panda 2008 versus Shrek 2. Oh, man. Very highly beloved films from DreamWorks. Let's start with Hannah.
You know, I'm not a huge Shrek fan. I know everyone loves Shrek, but I'm not one of the people that does. And I love Kung Fu Panda, so 100% Kung Fu Panda.
All right, Hannah's going Kung Fu Panda.
Did you ask the dog who the dog voted?
Dog, what's the dog for?
I think she agrees.
All right, yeah, Kung Fu Panda for the dog.
So sorry,
Jay?
Rosie's like stealing the show.
Jay?
Both are great. I love these movies. The fact that you said Shrek 2, I think Shrek 2 is the best Shrek. It's the funniest. It's really good. It's very clever. But I also love Kung Fu Panda. The way they talk about martial arts and the mythology of it. Like, they could have Kung Fu Panda easily could have been just like a silly kids movie, but they took it very seriously. How they talk about Kung Fu and stuff is really good. And they got Jackie Chan, which is awesome. He's like my hero. So I'm going to go Kung Fu Panda just for that.
All right, Jay as well is going with Kung Fu Panda. And I love Kung Fu Panda as well. The Shrek movies I have not seen in a while. I haven't rewatched them, but I remember really liking Shrek 2 over the first one. I do remember that. But I'm going to go Kung Fu Panda as well. It's one of my favorite DreamWorks franchises behind How to Train Your Dragon. It's fantastic. So Kung Fu Panda. Alex?
Yeah, I'm going to go Kung Fu Panda. I love Shrek and Shrek 2, but I think Kung Fu Panda just edges out Shrek 2 for me.
All right, Kung Fu Panda wins, but Amy, what would you have gone with?
I would go with Shrek 2 just for that opening Lord of the Rings spoof alone.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Kung Fu Panda is great, but I do absolutely love the Shrek franchise. Actually, I really only like the first two Shrek movies, but yeah, Shrek 2 for me.
All right, Shrek 2 for Amy, but Kung Fu Panda is the majority vote. What does the chat say?
Yeah, I think it was a close one for both of these also, but slight edge is going to Kung Fu Panda.
All right, Kung Fu Panda does move on to the next round. All righty. This is going to be tough. Get ready, guys, because we got 2007's There Will Be Blood versus 2009's Inglourious Bastards. Daniel Day-Lewis versus Tarantino. Which battle is going to win? Alex, let's start with you.
I gotta go with Inglourious Bastards. I did not like There Will Be Blood. I thought it was really boring, way too long, and for some reason, I did not like Daniel Day-Lewis in that movie.
It's one
Wow,
thing to not
that's
watch
gonna cause an
but it's
eruption in the
another
chat.
thing. Daniel
During
Day-Lewis.
feature, all right. All right. So Alex does not like There Will Be Blood. So you're going with Inglourious Bastards on this one. What about you, Amy?
I am notoriously a big Tarantino hater, but I do absolutely love Brad Pitt in Inglourious Bastards. It's like he's so good. I do love Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood, though. But I think I'm going to have to go with Inglourious Bastards, just because it's one of the very few Tarantino movies that I actually really like.
Yeah. All right. Inglourious Bastards for Amy. Hannah?
I feel the same as you, Amy. I'm not a big Tarantino fan, but Inglourious Bastards and then The Hateful Eight are like the two Tarantino movies that I love. So this is hard for me, but I'm going to go with There Will Be Blood because PTA and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. All right. Hannah is going to go with There Will Be Blood in this one. Jay?
I think There Will Be Blood is a terrific film. I kind of understand what Alex is saying about. I know a lot of people that don't like There Will Be Blood. They think it's too long and a little boring. I enjoy it though. I think it's a well shot film, and Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing in that movie. I like him in Lincoln more, but Inglourious Bastards is it's probably like my second favorite, maybe third favorite Tarantino film. I love it. The Bear Jew, Aldo Raines, Christoph Waltz is incredible. Inglourious Bastards all the way.
Yeah, There Will Be Blood it's a fantastic movie because of Daniel Day-Lewis. It's my favorite acted performance I've seen from an actor. Daniel Day-Lewis is just terrific. I think it's his best performance. Oscar well deserved. If you take him out of the movie, you do have Paul Dano, but it's not the same movie without Daniel Day-Lewis in it. But if you look at Inglourious Bastards, you have fun, amazing characters in Hans Landa, Lieutenant Aldo Raine, the Bear Jew, an awesome Tarantino movie. I'd rather rewatch Inglourious Bastards over There Will Be Blood. I rewatched There Will Be Blood for the Daniel Day-Lewis scenes, the milkshake scenes, I love it, whatever the scene was. I've abandoned my child. So, but I'm going Inglourious Bastards.
I can't think of that scene without thinking of Middleton Schwartz. I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but they reference that in the show, and it's the only thing I think of now when I think of that.
I've abandoned my child. But Inglourious Bastards is the winner here.
What did Jay vote for?
Jay went with Inglourious Bastards.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, what did the chat go with?
Alex, don't look at the comments. That's all I'll say. But it's pretty mixed, to be honest with you. I really can't tell who came up on top, to be honest, in the chat. I really can't. So.
But anyway, Inglourious Bastards, Tarantino does come away with a W. All right, our next matchup, guys, get ready. We got 2002's Catch Me If You Can versus 2008's Gran Torino. Clint Eastwood versus Spielberg once again. I'm just going to start this right off. Easily Catch Me If You Can. One of my favorite movies of all time. Top 3 Spielberg movies. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks. This movie is freaking amazing. Like Gran Torino, but it's no Catch Me If You Can. Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I got to go with Catch Me If You Can. Spielberg's my favorite filmmaker. Just the way that this movie is structured and the way it's written, it's perfect. And I love how it's like so quirky in a way, too.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, Alex is going Catch Me If You Can. Amy?
I love, the reason I think I didn't like $1 Million Baby is because I watched Gran Torino first, and that gave me my fill of Clint Eastwood being a grumpy old man. And that's why I did not like $1 Million Baby.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, I love and totally respect and feel that the only thing he wants to do is sit on his porch and drink a beer with his dog. But
I like that, yeah.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio with every single inch of my being, and I have to go with Catch Me If You Can. Plus, Papa Hanks.
This movie, not Titanic, this movie made me had a man crush on Leonardo DiCaprio.
Spielberg, great. Come on, Ryan.
Yeah. No. Catch Me If You Can. That was the movie. Hannah?
Catch Me If You Can is my favorite Spielberg movie, so I have to go with Catch Me If You Can.
Nice. I like that. Catch Me If You Can.
Amy?
Catch Me If You Can.
Yep. Okay.
Jay?
Yep. It's unanimous. Amazing movie. Tom Hanks, Leo, Christopher Walken, three blind mice, full of coconut cream. Like, great.
Gardner.
John Williams' score is incredible too. Love it. It's a great score.
Freaking
Great
love
movie.
it.
Great movie. Love it.
Fantastic movie. Catch Me If You Can easily sweeps, but what about the chat?
Yeah, the chat pretty much sweeps as well with Catch Me If You Can. Couple of votes in there.
Young Amy Adams, that's right. Thank you for pointing that out.
Gran
But yeah,
Torino has a couple votes, but it's Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can easily moves on. All right. Oh my God, Jay, this is going to be a battle of the comedies right here. Let's throw it up here. Hot Fuzz versus Elf.
no.
Oh my God.
Oh my
This is the
god.
hardest matchup by far for comedies. Oh my God. Alex, let's start with you. I need time to think.
I gotta go with Hot Fuzz. Just the chemistry between Nick Frost and Simon Pegg it's brilliant. I love how it ventures into darker territory too, but it's still super goddamn funny.
You're a doctor. Deal with it. Yeah, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
We're froze again.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
Are we back?
we can hear
Hello.
you.
Hello.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Yep, I see. Oh, no.
Yep.
Hello.
I miss you, Ryan.
It's like a stop motion movie,
Yeah.
just with like a long
Can I
frame.
remove myself?
No.
Oh my god, Leica.
Am I here? Am I here? Hello.
There you go.
There we are.
Are we back? Are we back? All right, we're back. All right. So Alex went with Hot Fuzz. Amy?
This is so hard. I love Elf. It's shockingly, people are going to hate me for saying this, one of the very few Will Ferrell movies that I actually like.
Very
But
few.
I do love Hot Fuzz as well. I love the Cornetto trilogy, but I think I'm going to have to go with Elf.
All right.
It's not Shaun of the Dead yet.
All right. Amy is going with Elf.
And Alex?
Alex went with Hot Fuzz.
Thank you.
Hannah.
I love you, Jon Favreau, but I have to go with Edgar Wright and Hot Fuzz.
All right. Hot Fuzz. I know Jay, this is his favorite comedy is Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Hot Fuzz is my favorite comedy. It's just my. I love buddy cop movies, and especially it's a comedy movie with buddy cop. Anything with buddy cop movies, I love it. So Hot Fuzz all the way.
Yeah. I love Hot Fuzz. I watched it for the first time recently. Very funny movie. Love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in these movies. They're great. Just a lot of great characters. You got Timothy Dalton, James Bond in this movie. He's awesome. You got Belloc in this movie. Fuck off, Grasshopper. He's freaking this movie's insane. I love it. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. But I'm going to go with Elf. I mean, it's my favorite Christmas movie. It's one of my favorite comedies. You can't beat Will Ferrell dressed up in an elf costume named Santa! Santa! Oh my God! I'm going with Elf.
Yeah, and my eardrums hurt now.
Have you seen these toilets? They're ginormous.
Slight edge in the chat also goes to Hot Fuzz, though. Goes to Hot Fuzz.
All right, Hot Fuzz does move on to the next round, though. All right, Alex, we're going to battle this time because we got Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban versus Watchmen, Zack Snyder's Watchmen. But I want to hear Jay first on this one.
Oh, easy. I love Watchmen, though. I think Watchmen's a great movie, but Prisoner of Azkaban's the best Harry Potter movie ever. Love it. Azkaban. All
right. For me, Watchmen, also fantastic movie. One of Zack Snyder's best movies, for sure. Prisoner of Azkaban, man. It's the second best Harry Potter for me. My favorite is Deathly Hallows Part 2. Alfonso Cuarón, one of his best movies. Visuals are flawless. And I'm going Prisoner of Azkaban. Alex?
I'm not going Watchmen. I'm going Prisoner of Azkaban.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, he's going Prisoner of Azkaban. Jay went with Prisoner of Azkaban. Amy?
Watchmen is actually one of the very few actually, I think it's the only Zack Snyder movie that I like. But of course, I have to go with Azkaban. I mean, how can I not?
Azkaban, easy. Hannah?
I don't like Watchmen, especially after the HBO series came out and put it to shame.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard it was.
Zack Snyder should be embarrassed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Prisoner of Azkaban. It's not only my favorite Harry Potter movie, but it's my favorite Alfonso Cuarón movie also. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's mine as well. All right, Prisoner of Azkaban, easy for us. On the chat.
Yeah, I think majority are with you guys as well. But I think my favorite comment is someone said both. I can't decide. That's the first time I've seen that.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. It's so incredibly hard. All right, but Prisoner of Azkaban gets the majority vote. All right, our next matchup is 2001's Training Day versus Spider-Man 2. All righty. We're going to start with Amy.
So, again, not a big fan of Raimi's Spider-Man. I did an entire podcast episode where my co-host forced me, like Clockwork Orange style, to watch Spider-Man 2. Really did not like it. And I know the comments are going to hate me for that. But Denzel Washington's performance in Training Day is incredible. I absolutely love it. Yeah. So, like, best. I think that's his best performance, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Training Day.
Did he get the Oscar for that?
He did. Yeah. He beat Russell Crowe. Amazing.
Yeah. And Ethan Hawke got nominated for his performance in that too, and he's great in that as well.
Yeah.
He's so good in that. How did he not win?
I know.
Supporting actor. Yeah. Hannah, what do you go with?
Spider-Man 2 is one of the best comic book movies of all time, so Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 for Hannah.
Amy
went with Training Day.
All right.
Jay?
I love Training Day. Training Day is my favorite Denzel movie, like pimp to pimp, player to player. King Kong ain't got shit.
King Kong ain't got shit.
Oh man, motherfucker, you shot me in the ass. Like I love it. They also got Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I love Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, but
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man. I have to go Spider-Man 2. It's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I love it.
Forgot Terry Crews though. Terry Crews.
That was his first role too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was.
For football.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
Yeah, so if you know me, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I'm going Spider-Man 2, but I love Training Day. I got to give it a shout out. Denzel makes that movie so phenomenal. I mean, the King Kong got shit on me. Won him the Oscar. I mean, it's one of the greatest acting I've ever seen from Denzel Washington. But Spider-Man 2, I'm not just saying it because Alfred Molina's returning in Spider-Man 3, but Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite movies. I mean, this is one of my favorite superhero movies. I watched Spider-Man 2 the most over the first Spider-Man. It's a fantastic sequel. It's a drama. There's not a lot of action, but it's more character-based. I love we focus on Peter more in this sequel, and that train scene easily wins it for me.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is everything Wonder Woman 1984 wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, wanted.
Yes.
Very much.
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I love them both. I love Denzel a lot. He's one of my favorite actors. I mean, he's so good in Training Day. Okay, all right. But I gotta go with Spider-Man 2. I feel like Spider-Man 2 is slowly starting to become one of the more underrated Spider-Man movies because I feel like people are just looking back on it and it's like, oh, that's not that good. It's one of the best Spider-Man movies. It's one of the best superhero movies ever made. I love everything about Spider-Man 2 and how Spider-Man or Peter Parker himself is actually dealing with like an identity crisis. Like, I love that aspect of it.
I got pumped up when I saw Alfred Molina in Promising Young Woman. I'm like, he's back!
Yes!
Promising Young Woman is like cameo the movie. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so Spider-Man 2 is the majority vote here in the panel.
Where's Alex's and Jay's?
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2.
Okay. Yep. So the chat is definitely with you guys. Can you pull up Jacoby P's second to last comment?
Goddamn right, Hannah.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Goddamn right, Hannah. Yeah, I love Jacoby. All right, so we got two more matchups in three. Sorry. Yeah. Our next matchup, we got more Alfonso Cuarón with Children of Men versus Avatar. James, it's here. Here comes the controversy. Avatar, why is this in here? All right. I'll start this one off. I watched Children of Men for the first time. It's a very good movie. Alfonso Cuarón, he knows what he's doing. Probably my second favorite Alfonso Cuarón movie. Clive Owen's great in here. I love this movie. The ending is But Avatar, I actually did not rewatch Avatar before this, but Avatar is very overrated. It's a beautiful looking movie. It's fantastic for that aspect. But Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Blue People, the Na'vi, I don't. It's Pocahontas. I'm gonna go Children of Men in this one. Yeah, I went Children of Men. Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Children of Men too. Like, I mean, I like Avatar, but I love Children of Men. And I gotta echo what you said, Ryan. Avatar is just Pocahontas with blue people.
Yeah, Alex is in agreement with me and going Children of Men. Amy.
I actually just rewatched Avatar yesterday because I haven't seen it since it came out on like Blu-ray, and it was not as Pocahontas-y as I remember it being. But I still got to go with Children of Men. Alfonso Cuarón is an amazing director, and that film, when I watched it for the first time, just blew me out of the water. It left me like just sitting there staring at the screen after I finished watching it for like a good 15 minutes.
All right, we got another Children of Men vote. Hannah?
Yeah, Children of Men just takes my breath away. I love it so much. And Avatar is only like brought up in like best of conversations because of like the technology. So yeah, Avatar is very mid.
Yeah, sorry, James Cameron, Avatar lovers, but Children of Men gets the majority here. What about the chat?
Did we miss somebody?
Oh, Jay. I keep forgetting Jay. I'm sorry,
How did
Jay.
you forget Jay?
Jay. Even though I know your
How can
opinion
you
of
forget Dana's
Avatar,
cat?
I know your opinion on it.
Children of
Stormy,
Men.
what do you think of Avatar?
Children of Men is so much better than Avatar.
Good job. Yes, that's why I love you.
Jay.
Yeah, Children of Men. Easily, not even a competition.
All right, yeah, Children of Men.
Yeah, actually, the chat is against you guys.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we kind of should have expected that. It's
yeah.
the second
Yeah, we
highest
expected
grossing
the
movie of all
controversy.
time.
It's the second highest grossing film of all time. We expected it.
If it was Avatar: The Last Airbender, then that's a different.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
different story.
Well, the
Greatest
series,
cartoon
the
ever.
series, not
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
All right, so now Children of Men moves on. All right, our next matchup, guys, we're getting back into the Lord of the Rings with the Two Towers versus Gone Baby Gone.
Wow.
Interesting matchup right here. We'll start with Hannah.
Oh no. I love both of these movies, but I'm a fantasy girl, so I gotta go with Lord of the Rings.
All right, Lord of the Rings for Hannah. Jay?
Huh.
Huh.
2 Towers is great. It's my least favorite out of the three. I love Gone Baby. I might go Gone Baby Gone because that ending is so good. It's an ending you could talk about for hours. I'm gonna go Gone Baby Gone.
All right, Jay's going Gone Baby Gone in this one. I really like Gone Baby Gone as well. I put it in here just because it's really underrated. Ben Affleck, one of his best movies.
It's my
But,
favorite.
I agree with Jay. I think Two Towers is my least favorite in the trilogy of Lord of the Rings. It's really good. The end scenes go on for way too long. The Helm's Deep just makes it for me. It's just chef's kiss. But I'm going to go with the Two Towers. I just love Lord of the Rings. Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go Lord of the Rings as well. I mean, I love Gone Baby Gone. I actually think Behind the Town, it's Ben Affleck's best directed movie. But I don't think anything really stands up to Lord of the Rings, honestly, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, Lord of the Rings for Alex. What about Hannah? All right, we went Hannah. Amy.
I have to go with Two Towers. It's probably, I think, my favorite movie of all time. So That kind of gives it the edge. I was surprised by how much I liked Gone Baby Gone because I went into it not really expecting much or expecting to like it. But yeah, I can't say no to anything Lord of the Rings. It's my favorite.
Yeah. All right. Amy, her favorite movie is Two Towers. So she's going with Two Towers for here. All right. Two Towers is the majority vote. But what does the chat say?
The chat's definitely in agreement with you guys. About 3 or 4 votes for Gone Baby Gone, though.
All right. Someone says Lord of the Rings is overrated. Someone throwing shots. A lot of shots being thrown tonight. All right. Our last matchup in bracket 3, round 1, is going to be 2004's Collateral versus Memento. 2000. Nolan versus Tom Cruise. Jay, we're starting with you.
Shit. God damn it. I love both these fucking. These are both 10 out of 10s for me. It's like a hair Collateral. It's my second favorite Michael Mann movie. Last Mohican is my favorite. I love Collateral. I love Memento too. Collateral for Jay. For me, I feel like the Nolan fans are gonna come at me just if I go against Nolan. Memento, it's great. Guy Pearce really makes the movie for me. It's a very good Nolan movie, very original. But you look at Collateral, which is my favorite Michael Mann movie. Tom Cruise is a villain, something we don't get. It's freaking awesome. I love this movie. And yes, Jamie Foxx did get nominated for an Oscar here, Jay. Collateral's so good. I'm going Collateral. Alex?
I love them both. It's hard to say no to Nolan, but I got to go Collateral.
Oh, the 4K. Nice.
Yeah, I got to go Collateral. I mean, like you said, it's Tom Cruise unhinged. Just we haven't seen him as a villain. I love the scene. I think it's one of the first scenes with him and Jamie Foxx where he's like, "Yo, homie, that my briefcase?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that scene.
yeah. That scene's so great. The nightclub scene is great. Everything about Collateral is just it's amazing.
All right. Alex is going Collateral. What about you, Amy?
I love both of these movies. Christopher Nolan fangirl, but like Alex said, you get to see Tom Cruise as a villain. Plus, like Jamie Foxx being as amazing as Jamie Foxx is. So I got to go with Collateral.
Collateral for Amy. What about you, Hannah?
Memento, 100%. I love Collateral, but Christopher Nolan.
Is he frozen in time again?
Oh no.
Are we back? Hello?
Your voices.
We can hear you. Yeah,
we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear anything?
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we're back? Hello?
You're here in spirit, Ryan.
All right, we're back. All right. I know Anna went with Memento.
You did? Okay.
She did.
All right. That in the chat, it's really close. Really close. Also, I think Ed does go to Collateral though.
All right. Collateral does get the majority vote, and it does move on.
Yep.
All righty. So that is the end of round 1, bracket 3.
Yes. All right. Are we ready for the next matchups?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Brokeback Mountain versus Up.
All right. I'll start. I go Brokeback Mountain. Alex?
I gotta go Up.
Up for Alex. Amy?
Up as well.
Up for Amy. Hannah?
I know it's gonna lose, but Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain. And Jay?
Up.
Up.
All right.
All right. Up moves
That
on.
was a close one.
Very close. And the chat is unanimous.
Next, Panic Room versus Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alex?
Oh, I haven't seen Panic Room.
Oh, yeah. He hasn't seen Panic Room. Amy?
Panic Room.
Panic Room. Hannah?
I'm gonna go Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. Jay?
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. I'm as well Kung Fu Panda.
Ooh.
Yay!
Kung
We're gonna
Fu
get a
Panda
tie there.
beats David Fincher.
All right. Inglorious Bastards versus Catch Me If You Can.
All right, Amy.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Hannah.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Jay.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Alex.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Catch Me If You Can.
Unanimous. Catch Me If You Can.
I thought that one was closer. I thought it would have been closer.
Yeah. No.
All right. Hot Fuzz versus Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay. All right, Hannah.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of
I
Azkaban. Jay.
Both.
Nope. Yeah, pick one.
Both.
No.
Oh no.
Fuck you, grasshopper. Pick one.
Favorite Harry Potter movie, favorite comedy. What
Come on, we don't have one.
Hot Fuzz. I don't know.
No, you want Hot Fuzz, Jay. Sorry, I'm going Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry Potter.
I
Childhood.
knew he was gonna win, so yeah, might as well.
Yeah, Alex.
Like I said, Prisoner of Azkaban is my least favorite Harry Potter movie, but it is childhood, so I cannot not vote for it. I gotta go Prisoner of Azkaban.
All right, he's going Prisoner of Azkaban. And Amy. Prisoner of Azkaban. Holding up the book. It's Prisoner of Azkaban.
I could do this.
All right, next
I could just do this.
Spider-Man.
Whatever. Hold up your collection.
Sorry. Spider-Man 2 versus Children of Men.
Okay, Jay.
Spider-Man 2.
I'm a Spider-Man 2. I'm Spider-Man 2 as well. Alex.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. Amy.
Children of Men.
Children of Men. Hannah.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, all right. Next, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers
Okay.
versus Collateral.
Okay. I'm going Collateral. Alex.
Two Towers.
Two Towers. Amy.
Two Towers.
Two Towers. Hannah.
Collateral.
Collateral. Jay.
Comes down to Jay.
Comes down to Jay.
Spirit Away.
No.
Collateral.
Accept it.
Collateral.
Collateral
It
for
moves on.
Jay.
It moves on.
Hmm.
There you go. All right. Next 6 we have here. I just lost the page. I just lost the page.
That's a neck.
Hang on, maybe I can get it back. Hang on. Pause.
Remember Cody, Spirit Away? You made it. Right?
Boo doo 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 doo.
That's not good.
Pause.
Pause. No.
Jay, sing some elevator music.
Ground controlled.
Sorry.
Commencing countdown.
Hang on.
Love Dave.
All right, where are we? You gotta help me out here. I'm trying to remember. Can you look back at the round 1 match?
All right, hang on.
Sorry.
Grant, no. Catch Me If You Can. Isn't it?
We were down
Spider-Man?
to 6 movies.
Okay, so Brokeback Mountain versus Up.
And Up 1.
Up 1.
Okay.
Mhm.
Anchorman versus Kung Fu Panda.
Anchorman 1.
Kung Fu Panda.
Glorious Bastards or Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can 1.
Um,
So is it Up versus Catch Me If You Can?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's the next matchup.
Okay.
Okay.
Up versus Catch Me If You Can.
All right, Alex.
I love Spielberg, but I gotta go with Up.
Up for Alex.
Okay.
Amy?
Up as well.
Up.
Okay.
Hannah?
Up.
Up. Jay? Up. Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. So Up is gonna move on, and then we got to figure out the other one.
Wasn't it Prisoner of Azkaban, Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. Are those the two you're saying?
Or is it Collateral? I think Collateral's there, as well as what?
I need you. I don't have it in front of me, Ryan. So I need you to keep.
All right, so we're lost. Up and Catch Me If You Can. Hot Fuzz is out. Elf is out.
Yeah.
Prisoner of Azkaban versus Spider-Man 2 there.
I believe it's still there.
Okay, so I think it's those two.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
All right, Prisoner of Azkaban versus Spider-Man 2. All right, we'll start with Amy.
Azkaban.
Azkaban.
Okay.
Hannah.
This is so hard. This is probably the hardest one for me yet. Azkaban.
Azkaban. Jay.
Azkaban.
Yeah, Azkaban. Alex.
Azkaban.
Azkaban. All right, Azkaban wins.
Okay. So it needs one more matchup.
Is Children of Men still there?
What did it go up against originally?
Spider-Man 2? That's the chat trying to... Hang on. I know Collateral is still there.
Yeah, it's we got to figure out what Collateral's going up against. It has to be one of the matchups that's closer to Collateral.
Yeah. Children of Men.
What did that face?
Avatar in the first round.
Children of Men won.
Two Towers?
Two Towers won.
Oh, wasn't it Two Towers versus
It
Collateral?
must be.
It knocked it out. So
What did?
Collateral knocked out Two Towers. That's
Okay,
what it is.
so Collateral versus what?
Collateral versus Children of Men.
What did Children of Men face?
I think it's Children of Men.
Okay. if
All right.
that's what you
Children
think.
of Men versus Collateral. So sorry, guys, in the chat. Let me figure that. It was just a mistake.
All right, why don't you start that one?
I'll start this one. I'll go with Collateral on this one. Alex?
Collateral.
Collateral. Amy?
Children of Men.
Children of Men. Hannah?
Collateral.
Collateral. Jay?
Collateral.
Collateral.
Okay, we have our four.
All right, we have our four. So now we can add in our number one seed, which is the Dark Knight, which it now enters the arena.
Yeah, see, I don't think we're right. I think you messed it up somewhere, Ryan, to be honest with you, but we need to keep
But
going.
it's okay, guys. Mistakes happen. We got to keep moving forward. The Dark Knight, the number one seed, does enter the arena. Cody, what's the first matchup?
Up versus the Dark Knight.
All right, I'll start this one off. Dark Knight, easily. Alex?
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Amy?
Dark Knight, hands down.
Yeah, Dark Knight. Hannah?
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Jay?
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. I don't think we need to move on.
Jeez Louise, man. Gotta love tech issues, guys. Sorry about that.
Sorry, guys. Mistakes happen. We'll go back in the see what happened, but mistakes do happen. What's the last one? Or what's the next match?
Collateral versus Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay. We'll start with Alex.
Azkaban.
Azkaban. Amy?
Azkaban.
Azkaban. Hannah?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Azkaban. Jay?
Azkaban.
Azkaban. I'm going Azkaban as well.
All right, clean sweep there, which means we have our final matchup here in the third bracket: The Dark Knight versus
Ryan.
Prisoner
Ryan.
of Azkaban.
Yeah.
Ryan.
What's up?
A guy messaged me. He's watching the stream. He said Spider-Man 2 was supposed to be in there.
Oh, Spider-Man 2 was supposed to be there.
Yeah, one of the guys messaged me. He's like,
Instead of what? Collateral?
Children of Men.
Children of Men. Oh.
It should have been Spider-Man 2, I think.
Oh,
That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me.
Again,
again, guys, mistakes do happen. It was just a mess up on Cody and I's part. So what did we do?
so where did we mess up? What was Spider-Man 2 supposed to face?
I'm checking. Hang on. Spider-Man 2 was supposed to face off against Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
Okay, and what won? Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man.
It was a mistake. We put Children of Men in there instead of Spider-Man 2.
Okay, so
So that's where the mess up was.
So you gotta help me out here. What
So the matchup was Prisoner of Azkaban versus Spider-Man 2.
what won that?
But instead, we mistakenly put Children of Men
Instead
because
of-
we were trying to find a movie. We didn't know what the movie was.
So is the matchup Spider-Man 2
It's
versus
supposed to be Prisoner of Azkaban versus Spider-Man 2. Somebody messaged Jay saying it's supposed to be
So
Spider-Man
can
2.
we do that vote right now then?
Yeah. All right. So we could do that again. Prisoner of Azkaban versus Spider-Man 2 then. Now we can. Yeah, and the last one we did was correct. So Prisoner of Azkaban versus Spider-Man 2. Out of that one, I'm going Prisoner of Azkaban. What about you, Jay?
I stand by Azkaban, yeah.
Azkaban, Alex,
Azkaban.
Azkaban, Amy,
Azkaban.
Azkaban, Hannah,
Also standing with Azkaban.
Azkaban.
So it didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter.
So now we have Prisoner of Azkaban versus The Dark Knight.
All right.
When
so
you said that, I
that's the
figured it
final
wouldn't
match.
matter.
Must be, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't rigged for anybody that thinks that in the comments. Mistakes happen.
This is
So
it's an absolute
let's get that out
mistake.
there first. But yeah, I think that's the matchup. Again, I'm
Okay.
doing this electronically, and I'm not doing it like physically
Yeah.
writing it down.
Okay, so the final matchup in bracket 3 is Prisoner of Azkaban versus The Dark Knight. And we're going to start with Hannah.
Prisoner of Azkaban. So
Prisoner
sorry,
of
Christopher Nolan. I'm
Prisoner
a
of
Harry
Azkaban.
Potter fan first, and then a Christopher
I
Nolan.
understand that, yeah. All right, Prisoner of Azkaban for Hannah. Jay?
Dark Knight by this much.
All right, Dark Knight for Jay. And you know me, why so serious? Dark Knight, it's my second favorite movie of all time. Alex,
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, and Amy.
Azkaban.
Azkaban. Amy's going Azkaban. For
I
this.
gotta go with Harry Potter, Ryan. Come on.
I don't know, but the Dark Knight is
Down
the
to
winner.
something in a Harry
Dark
Potter
Knight is
movie.
the winner. The number one seed prevails, and it will stay the winner of this bracket 3. One more bracket to go, and I think I need a little break after that.
Okay, yeah, we can take a break, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, mistakes happen. It's all right. We
If
fixed
you need
it.
to use the bathroom, go ahead. If you need a snack, go ahead. Yeah, you can take a look at some of the comments in the chat, Ryan, if you want to.
Yeah, we can take a look at some comments. A lot of people saying Dark Knight, is this a competition? Dark Knight loses, I'm out. If you guys vote the Dark Knight out, you're all monsters.
I'm the
Taiwan.
the one that voted Azkaban left.
Yeah. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Great line.
I think everybody's favorites is gone, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up?
Is Dark Knight your favorite to win?
You know it. you
You're
know
the only favorite to win.
it.
I wish I was head over heels with like the Dark Knight, like everyone else.
Yeah. Thank you, Hot Takes for Nerd. No matter what happens, you guys are still awesome. Mistakes happen, and that's life. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you, Hot Takes for Nerds.
Appreciate that.
Nothing's rigged here. This is all raw. You guys get to see it, no editing whatsoever. Mistakes do happen. We're all human beings.
Hey Ryan, could you imagine if it was a live stream for Rotten or Fresh episodes?
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah,
crazy.
remember those? Yeah. That was crazy. All right. Just let me know if you're good to go, Cody.
Marvel fanboy 2004. He's
Yeah, I mean, is everyone there ready to go?
Yeah. Oh, Alex isn't here yet.
So we'll wait for Alex.
I'm actually gonna go to the bathroom really quickly,
All right.
and then we'll.
Okay.
My knees need a rest.
Okay.
we could take over the show now. Woo! Yeah. So what's your dog's name?
Rosie.
Rosie. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and then I have a fat cat named Princess.
Princess.
I always get them mixed up. I always forget which one's which. If the cat's princess.
I'm gonna read Princess.
I have my cat. She's a fat cat sleeping on the bed.
Oh,
Her name is Luna, after Luna Lovegood.
Luna Lovegood. Oh, that's great. See this kitty right here? She's just a baby.
She's so tiny.
Yeah, she's only a few weeks. Yeah, she's only like a couple months old. Yeah, we got her a month ago, and she's got this thing on because she just got neutered.
Well, I'm gonna try to wake her up and see if she'll come.
Yeah.
You have fans, Jay. Everyone loves you.
Thank you.
We got 30 people in here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. We're happy you guys are enjoying the tournament. Again, guys, if you haven't yet already, please smash that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. Get in the comment section below. We love that you guys are getting into this. That gets us very motivated to do another one.
Oh my God, it's a cat show now.
And we're having a cat show right now. We're going to put that in the title. Look at this. I wish my cat Abby was here so I can show you
She
guys.
has a little lazy eye. I don't know if you can tell on this side. Her eye doesn't like fully fill up her.
My
I have
cat's
two
fat.
cats. We're having a cat showcase. This is adorable. Please, guys, hit that like button if you love cats, if you love animals. Because they're showing them off right now. Look at that.
I'm surprised she's just chilling like this.
This is someone says this is way better than Cats the movie. It's one of those.
Yes.
Cats the movie.
Mine
Yeah.
won't let me hold her, but she's right there.
Yeah, she usually doesn't let me hold her. Oh, she's gonna run away. This is her normal.
Yes, this is my preferred version of cats. Yeah.
Jane's
All
cat is so
Everybody's
like
back.
calm
Just got
compared to ours.
Yes, I'm ready to go. Cody's ready to go. Are you guys ready to go?
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Final bracket right here. So our three movies so far. We have Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, Finding Nemo, the only #1 seed, and The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Those are the three movies in the final so far. We got one more bracket to go, and the final #1 seed in this bracket is Boston, people. The Departed, motherfucker.
Fucking firefighters.
Firefighters, yeah. The Departed is
The
our
only
final
Scorsese Oscar.
Yes, the only movie Martin Scorsese won an Oscar for, The Departed. So that automatically moves on. Okay, our first matchup in bracket number 4 is the Battle of Comedies 2007 Superbad versus Zombieland 2009. You going with zombies or just high school comedies? All right, we'll start with Jay on this one.
I like both of these movies. They're both very, very, very good. I'm gonna go with Zombieland. I think it's a little funnier, and plus, I like some zombies. Zombies are cool, so Zombieland.
All right, Jay's going with Zombieland here. Both really good comedies right here. I like Superbad a lot. It represents high school really well for me, but I would represent it. I like Zombieland more. I like zombies. The sequel was fun. I like some Twinkies, Tallahassee. It's a fun ride. I'm going Zombieland. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm going Zombieland. I just a tad over Superbad.
All right, Zombieland for Alex. Amy?
I can't say no to a good zombie movie, so I'm gonna go with Zombieland. over Superbad.
All right, Zombieland takes it, but what about Hannah?
Even though it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Super bad. Even though there's been like a slew of like hate towards it since Booksmart has released, but I think Superbad is still like the quintessential like coming of age like comedy.
All right, you're gonna go with Superbad just to give it the vote. All right, so that was Superbad, but still, Zombieland does come out on top. And what is the chat saying?
Very mixed. It seems like a lot of people love both of these movies. I would say it's tied. Maybe even. I think that last vote gives the edge to Superbad. And Ryan, you broke Colin Williams' heart.
I don't care. I like me some Twinkies. Yum, 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 yum. All right, Zombieland moves on. All righty, our next matchup is interesting. We got Kill Bill Volume 1 versus Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? All right, Amy, let's start with you.
Well, just like with Inglourious Bastards, Kill Bill is one of the very few Tarantino films that I like, and I actually did a video with you, Ryan, on talking about this.
We did. Go check it out.
But I do love I love the cinematography and color correction in Oh Brother, plus like just George Clooney, and that is amazing. But I'm gonna have to go with Kill Bill just for the kick-ass women in that film.
Oh yeah. All right, Kill Bill for Amy. We did a review. Go check it out. Hannah.
I haven't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, so I cannot vote.
Oh, Hannah hasn't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Jay.
Both are great, actually. I'm a huge Coen Brothers fan, Tarantino fan. Love both these movies. I'm actually going to go Oh Brother, Where Art Thou. I think it's a very underrated movie. I love the movie. I'm going to go with that.
Oh, Jay's going Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Going with the underdog here. I enjoyed Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's not one of my favorite Coen Brothers movies. It's no Country for Old Men. It's no Fargo, but it's a lot of fun. I agree it is pretty underrated, but I'm going Kill Bill. I mean, I love Uma Thurman as the bride. Badass movie. Great action. Just it defined Tarantino, just having great characters that kick ass, women that kick ass. So I like Volume 2 as well, but Volume 1 for Kill Bill takes it for me. Alex?
I'm going to cause a tiebreaker because I'm going Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I've never been a huge fan of Kill Bill, honestly. Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2 are like the two Tarantino movies I'm not huge on.
Okay, a hot take here. Alex is going Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? To make it a tiebreaker, we need a chat vote.
This is definitely an easy one to count. Kill Bill will definitely move on.
Yeah, the chat loves some Tarantino. They're going Kill Bill Volume 1 in this matchup. All right, we're going back to Middle Earth, guys, because we got Lord of the Rings.
And he froze again.
You didn't finish Rings.
Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Guys, we're going back to Middle Earth with Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring versus Lost in Translation. Interesting. Jay?
Lost in Translation is a great film. Bill Murray, it's one of his best performances. It's an amazing film. It's Bill Murray's favorite movie for me is Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters, but Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite Lord of the Rings movie. I gotta go Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah. Oh, I was watching Lost in Translation. Why do people love this movie? Bill Murray's fine in it. Scarlett Johansson, 17 years old. She gives a really good performance in here. But yeah, I'm not the Lost in Translation guy, but I am the Lord of the Rings guy. I love Fellowship of the Ring. I care about these characters with this long movie. I love all the Fellowship. They're all fantastic, especially Gimli. I freaking love Gimli. So, Fellowship of the Ring. And my axe. Nobody tosses a dwarf. Rah! All right. Who's next? Alex?
One simply does not vote against Fellowship of the Ring, so I'm going Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, for sure. Fellowship of the Ring. Amy?
Fellowship. Like Bill Murray, yes, but no, gotta go with Fellowship.
Fellowship for Amy. Hannah?
Fellowship, because Lost in Translation is creepy.
Yeah, all right. Fellowship easily takes this. Is the chat in agreement?
They're definitely in agreement with you guys. Some people are even saying Lost in Translation is overrated. So
Yeah,
It's very boring.
it is, unfortunately.
Overrated
Fellowship
and weird.
of the Ring easily moves on. Where are we going? Sorry, that was Mary or Pippin. All right, guys, we're going to go to some very underrated superhero movies up next. We got 2005 Sky High versus Unbreakable.
I love both.
Shyamalan versus Disney, Kurt Russell, Sky High. Jay, let's start with you.
I love Sky High. People should watch that. That movie's great.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's so. I love Bruce Campbell. You got Bruce Campbell in it as the gym teacher. Yeah, Kurt Russell. I love it. Yeah, but Unbreakable is my favorite Shyamalan movie of all time. It's Samuel Jackson as Mr. Glass, Bruce Willis. It's my favorite James Newton Howard score. Unbreakable gets the win for me.
All right, Jay's going with Unbreakable. Hang on one sec. I'm just looking something up really quickly.
you want to go to somebody else? Well,
I got it. Linda Carter is the principal. There we go. I wonder what. I watched Sky High for the first time most recently. Great movie. Really enjoyed it. I love, superhero movies. Bruce Campbell was awesome in the movie. And yeah, it's a really good movie. But Jay knows me. You know me. I'm going Unbreakable. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I just love Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson. The score from James Newton Howard, amazing. Unbreakable. Alex?
Yeah, I love Sky High. I think it's one of the most underrated Disney films, but I got to go Unbreakable.
All right, Unbreakable for Alex. Amy?
I gotta go Sky High. Unbreakable's okay. I mean, I'm not like the biggest M. Night Shyamalan fan, but like the entire cast is incredible. And if you've watched Shameless and you know who Cousin Greg is, Nicholas Braun, and I have had a crush on Nicholas Braun since 2005 because of Sky High.
Yeah.
So Sky High.
Stronghold. Hannah?
You beat me to saying Nicholas Braun, supremacy. But despite how much I love Nicholas Braun, I have to go with Unbreakable because I love M. Night just a little more. So yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, Unbreakable wins for the chat. What about? For the panel. What about the chat?
yeah, they're definitely with you guys. Unbreakable, moving on.
All right, Unbreakable moves on. All right, our next matchup right here is we got Donnie Darko.
What?
Hello? Did we break?
You're
again?
frozen.
I don't
Hello?
want to wait for our life to be over.
Hello?
No.
Oh, I think you're
Hello.
back, Ryan.
Yeah, you're back, yeah.
I'm back? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, we got Donnie Darko from 2001 versus The Wrestler from 2008. Interesting matchup. I'll go first. I watched Donnie Darko. It's a very interesting movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, very good in it. It may confuse a lot of people on first viewing. If there's some parts I need to rewatch again, it's very confusing on first watch. I'll just be blatantly honest. But I watched The Wrestler for the first time. Mickey Rourke, how did he not win the Oscar? He is terrific in this movie. I love The Wrestler. It's the best Darren Aronofsky movie I've seen. I love it. Very dramatic and powerful. The Wrestler. Alex?
I can't go against my favorite actor working today in Gyllenhaal, so I got to go with Donnie Darko.
Alex is going Donnie Darko for his love for Gyllenhaal.
There you go.
Amy?
I watched The Wrestler for the first time this year, and I had zero expectations for it, but Mickey Rourke blew me away.
Exactly.
But again, I cannot go against Jake Gyllenhaal and my love for him, but also for my emo heart and how just emo Donnie Darko is. So I'm going with Donnie Darko.
All right, she's going Donnie Darko here. Hannah?
This is so hard for me because Jake Gyllenhaal and then my second favorite director of all time, Darren Aronofsky. And I love Donnie Darko so much. The Wrestler.
The Wrestler for Hannah. Jay?
Both good, very, 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 very good movies. I love Donnie Darko. I love The Wrestler. I'm not a huge Aaron Aronofsky guy, but The Wrestler is his best movie, I think, and I'm going to go with The Wrestler.
Yeah, seriously, guys, if you didn't like him as Whiplash, you need to watch The Wrestler. Mickey Rourke is fantastic in that movie. What is the chat saying?
What did Jay go with?
Wrestler.
Sorry, The Wrestler's moving
The Wrestler's moving on here.
And I would say barely, The Wrestler's moving on in the chat as well.
All right, The Wrestler moves on here. All right. All righty, guys, our next matchup here is 2000's Remember the Titans versus 28 Days Later, 2002. Zombies versus football. Alex?
I love them both. Remember the Titans has been ingrained into my mind for so many years. I think it's one of those movies we all grew up with. 28 Days Later, I saw for the first time maybe like 10 years ago, and then I rewatched it right before this stream. So I am going to have to go 28 Days Later, mostly because I love the style and the look of that movie, and Danny Boyle just directs it. He just does a fantastic job directing that movie. It looks like he used a lot of like natural lighting in that movie, which is something I appreciated. So it's 28 Days Later for me.
All right, 28 Days Later for Alex. Amy?
Remember the Titans was a movie that we were forced to watch on an 8th grade field trip to Washington, D.C., just because they run through the cemetery in Arlington in one scene. So I don't have very fond memories of Remember the Titans, and I tried to rewatch it, and I couldn't finish it. And this is coming from like a huge football fan, but 28 Days Later is 1, a zombie movie. It's 2, it was one of the first films that used digital, and I love the way that the digital camera in that makes the film look. So gotta go with 28 Days Later. It's one of my favorite films on this list.
All right, 28 Days Later for Amy. What about Hannah?
Football bores me, and so I remember the
Yes,
Titans.
I'm not the only one that hates football.
So 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later. What about Jay?
I love Remember the Titans. I don't want to go against it because it's Denzel Washington and it's Disney sports movie. I love Disney sports movies like Miracle and stuff. Rookie. I love those movies. And Remember the Titans. But 28 Days Later is amazing, and it's one of Danny Boyle's best movies. So 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later. I'll be the rogue boat and go Remember the Titans. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Denzel movies. I'm more into the football. We need more great football movies. I love Gridiron Gang as well. 28 Days Later, I also watched for the first time. It's a very good movie as well. Love the way Danny Boyle shot that movie. Just great. But I'm going to go Remember the Titans since the ending got me. But what is the chat saying? Because 28 Days Later got our votes.
Yes, it also got the chat's vote. However, another very close vote in the chat.
All right, 28 Days Later does move on. All right. Now, guys, we're going to another Best Picture winner. We got 2009's Correction, The Hurt Locker, versus Shaun of the Dead, 2004.
Oh, did I write the wrong date?
You did.
Sorry.
2009's The Hurt Locker. All right, we'll start with Hannah.
This is hard. I love both of these movies, and they couldn't be more different. I'll go with Hurt Locker.
Oh, all right. Hannah's going Hurt Locker. What about you, Jay?
Hurt Locker, great movie. Probably my second favorite Catherine Bigelow movie. Favorite Zero Dark 30. Shaun of the Dead is amazing. Now, Hot Fuzz I like more, but I love Shaun of the Dead, and it's a zombie comedy, which is great. So, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead for Jay here. I as well am going Shaun of the Dead. I watched it again as well. Shaun of the Dead is fantastic. I mean, Cody loves the movie as well. Just a funny movie, great zombie movie as well. The Hurt Locker, my favorite Catherine Bigelow movie. It's just a gritty war movie. It's so powerful. But I'm gonna go with Shaun of the Dead. What about you, Alex?
I love both of these movies. Hurt Locker has my favorite performance from Jeremy Renner to date. Love how it's not really like a typical like war movie. It's more about like defusing bombs. But I got to go with Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is just an absolutely hilarious zombie comedy.
All right, you're going with Shaun of the Dead? Did you say?
Yep.
Shaun of the Dead for Alex. Amy?
I gotta go with Shaun of the Dead also. It's my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. The Hurt Locker is great, but I always gotta go with the zombie comedy movie, especially with Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Great comedic duo right there. Shaun of the Dead gets Amy's vote, and it gets the majority.
Yeah, and it gets the majority of the chat too. Very few for the Hurt Locker.
Oh.
Shaun of the Dead fans in there.
A lot of Shaun of the Dead fans in the chat. Alrighty, so guys, let's go to our next matchup right here. We got 2005's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang versus Gangs of New York 2002. Very different movies right here, to say the least. Jay, start with you.
I really love Gangs in New York. I think Daniel Day-Lewis is incredible in that movie. Same with Leo. But I love Shane Black's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, they're awesome together. So I'm going to go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
All right, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for Jay. So like I said with There Will Be Blood, that movie's fantastic because of Daniel Day-Lewis. And the same case goes with Gangs in New York. If Daniel Day-Lewis's Bill the Butcher wasn't in this movie, Gangs in New York would be very forgettable. It's got Leo, but it's DDL's movie. He should have won over Adrian Brody. I don't know why. But I am going to go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang as well, like Jay. Shane Black, I love little Christmas Shane Black movies. RDJ, this was like his start before Iron Man. It's a very funny movie, one of the funniest movies I've seen. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Alex?
Yeah, I mean, both of them are really good, but I'd probably go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang over Gangs of New York. Gangs of New York has really great costumes and set designs, and Daniel Day-Lewis and Leo are great in the movie, but I have more fun watching Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's a Christmas movie, so.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. Amy, all right, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for Alex. Amy?
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is great. I love RDJ in it, but I can't say no to Scorsese or Daniel Day-Lewis or Leonardo DiCaprio, so I got to go Gangs of New York.
Yeah,
I got to be the
Cameron
dissenter here.
Yeah. All right. What did you go with, Gangs in New York?
Yeah.
Gangs in New York for Amy. Hannah?
I'm a huge Shane Black fan, so I can't go against Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
All right, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for Hannah. That's the majority for us. What is the chat going with?
Yeah, it's also kind of a pretty no-brainer. Gangs in New York is actually what they're going with.
Gangs in New York. Or loves
Gangs.
Daniel Day-Lewis as Bill the
There's
Butcher.
a couple of kisses in there, but Gangs in New York got majority. In
What will it be? Robot Shop. Anyway, guys, let's go to our next matchup right here. And perfect. It's the Battle of Judd Apatow. 40-year-old virgin versus Knocked Up. Which is the best Judd Apatow movie? We're going to find out right now. I'll start off here. Knocked Up's very good. I think it's top tier Judd Apatow. Seth Rogen, fantastic. It's my favorite Seth Rogen movie for sure. Katherine Heigl's great. She's very, really good in the movie. She's great in here. 40-year-old virgin. Yeah, it's Steve Carell. He's a 40-year-old virgin.
Good.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'd rather go with Knocked Up. 40-year-old virgin's fine, but it's no Knocked Up. Alex?
This is a tough one because both of them are really funny and really good, but I think I'm going to go Knocked Up on this one.
Knocked Up for Alex.
For you?
Knocked Up.
Okay.
Amy?
I'm not a huge Judd Apatow fan, but I think out of these two, I like Knocked Up more than I like 40-year-old virgin. So I'm going to go Knocked Up.
Knocked Up for Amy. Hannah?
The best Judd Apatow movie is actually not here because that's King of Staten Island, but
Ooh, I like that movie too.
I prefer the 40-year-old virgin over Knocked Up, even though I really like both of these movies, even though I slander Judd Apatow all the time. But
40-year-old virgin for Hannah. What
Steve
about
Carell's
you?
Pharmacy.
Oh yeah, I love him in that. Jay?
The best version of 40 Virgin is the extended cut with like 2 hours, 13 minutes. It has some of the funnier moments in the extended cut. But Knocked Up is better. Knocked Up. Easily.
Yeah. All right, Knocked Up for Jay. Knocked Up moves on.
Did we get Alex in there? Yeah, we did.
We did.
All right, yep. And honestly, it's a split in the chat. I would say it's about 3-3 for each of them.
All right.
Yeah.
But Knocked Up moves on. Alrighty, guys. Our next matchup, we got Star Trek 2009, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek versus Shrek 2001.
They kind of sound the same if you say them fast.
Star Trek Shrek?
Yeah.
I don't see it. But okay.
That's
Amy.
a nice Star Trek movie.
All right. Star Trek Shrek, directed by Cody O'Toole. All right, Amy.
I like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, but I love Shrek. It is a part of me. It was the first DVD I ever got, and I love that movie so much, so I gotta go Shrek.
All right, Shrek for Amy. Hannah?
Star Trek.
Live long and prosper for Hannah.
Ooh.
Jay, you're a massive Star Trek fan, so I think you're going that, right?
It's no Voyage Home or Final First Contact or Wrath of Khan, but 2009 Star Trek, still great. 2009 Star Trek.
I'm not a Trekkie, but I will go with J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. Really fun movie. Really enjoyed it. Love Chris Pine in it. He's so good as Captain Kirk. And Spock. Both Spocks are in it. Rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy.
Jay?
Star Trek.
Okay.
I'm going Star Trek as well. Alex?
I love Shrek, but Star Trek is one of those movies that proved me wrong because I thought it was going to be horrible, and then I saw it in theaters, and I ended up loving it. So I got to go with Star Trek.
All right. Star Trek does get Alex's vote. All righty. So the Trekkies get the vote here for us, but what about the chat?
Ooh, man, very
Is
close.
Shrek or are they Live Long and Prosper?
Very, very close. Again, they kind of look the same, so I have to look really close. But I think Shrek might have gotten the edge. Maybe it's tied, but I would say Shrek might have gotten a slight edge.
All right, but Star Trek does move on here from the panel. We have two more matchups right here for round one. We got the Bourne Ultimatum 2007 versus Coraline, Laika versus Bourne. Let's start with Alex.
I haven't seen Coraline, which sucks because I'm a huge Laika fan.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
I know. I got to watch it.
All right, Alex hasn't seen Coraline.
Ooh.
All right, Amy.
I am not a huge fan of the Bourne series, so I gotta go with Coraline.
All right, says Coraline.
Okay.
All right, Coraline for Amy. What about Hannah?
I'm sorry, Matt Damon, but I gotta go with Coraline. I love that.
All right, Coraline here for Hannah. What about you, Jay?
I love the Bourne movies, but I love the Laika movies. Like Kubo is amazing, Paranorman amazing.
Mhm.
This is Coraline. It's that movie's shit. I mean, when I saw it, and Beldome is a great villain. I gotta go Coraline.
Yeah, I'm going Coraline as well. Reviewed it for my Halloween series. It's a great Halloween movie. My favorite Laika movie. The creepiest opening I've seen to an animated movie with the buttons. Love the villain, like you said, Jay. Love the Bourne movies as well. Bourne Ultimatum is my favorite, but I'd rather watch Coraline. So we went with Coraline. What's the chat going?
These past couple of votes have been split. Like it's so like
Bourne, Coraline.
right, but maybe the edge to Bourne. But I think Coraline. You guys pick Coraline.
Jacoby, you guys are killing my childhood.
So sorry.
We're so sorry, Jacoby. We wish you could have you here. But Coraline moves on. All right, and our final matchup for round one here. This is perfect because RDJ versus RDJ, Tropic Thunder versus Iron Man. All right, I'm starting this off. I'm going Iron Man. I mean, it started off the MCU. Would we have Endgame and Infinity War if it wasn't for Iron Man? If it was bad, we would not have these movies. RDJ, this is like top 5 perfect castings of all time. Started the MCU off perfectly. And Tropic Thunder as well. RDJ got nominated for supporting actor. Got beat by Heath Ledger, of course. But it's a very funny movie. But I'm going Iron Man. What about you, Alex?
Going Iron Man.
Iron Man. Amy.
This is tough because I love Iron Man, and like you said, Ryan, it kicked off the MCU, but Tropic Thunder also makes me laugh my ass off. I love it so much. But I think I'm going to have to go with Iron Man also.
Iron Man for Amy. Hannah.
Yeah, I'd go Iron Man. Iron Man is like top 3 MCU for me, and I rewatch it so much. I love it so much.
Very nice. Iron Man for Hannah. Jay?
Tropic Thunder.
Wow, you're going seriously? Tropic Thunder.
I love it. It's top 10 favorite comedies. I love Tropic Thunder. Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Rob Downey Jr. All hilarious.
All right, Jay's going Tropic Thunder in here, but Iron Man gets the majority vote from us. And is the chat in agreement?
Lots of love for Iron Man in the chat. There's a couple Tropic Thunders here and there, but definitely looks like Iron Man is.
We made Tom Cruise mad again. Don't do it again. Sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. But
That's
Iron
probably
Man.
my favorite Tom Cruise performance of all time.
Oh yeah, him and Tropic Thunder, freaking awesome.
Yeah.
All right, but now we got to go to round 2, Cody.
All right, we're in round 2, and here we go. First matchup: Zombieland versus Kill Bill Volume 1.
All right, Alex.
Zombieland.
Zombieland. Amy.
Kill Bill's the only movie that would ever make me knock off a zombie movie, so Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Hannah.
Zombieland.
Zombieland. Jay.
Zombieland.
Zombieland. I'm going Zombieland as well.
All right. Next matchup: Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring versus Unbreakable.
All righty. Amy.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Anna.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Jay.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Fellowship of the Ring. Alex.
Fellowship.
Fellowship moves on.
All righty. Next matchup: The Wrestler versus 28 Days Later.
Hannah.
Easy, The Wrestler.
The Wrestler. Jay.
The Wrestler.
Wrestler. The Wrestler for me. Alex.
The Wrestler.
The Wrestler. And Amy.
28 Days Later.
28 Days Later, The Wrestler. Mickey Rourke moves on.
All righty. All righty. Next matchup: Shaun of the Dead versus Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Ooh, Battle of the Comedies. This is
Ooh.
tough.
Ooh.
All right, Jay.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. I'm going Shaun of the Dead as well. Alex.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Amy.
Shaun of the Dead.
Dead. Hannah.
I'll be the odd one out again and say Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for Hannah. Just to give it a vote. All right, but Shaun of the Dead does move on.
All right. Next matchup: Knocked Up versus Star Trek.
All righty. For me, I will go with Star Trek. Live long and prosper. Alex.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Amy.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Hannah.
Star Trek again.
Star Trek. Jay.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Boom.
Easy sweep.
And last one here: Coraline versus Iron Man.
All righty. Alex.
Can't vote because I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
see.
Coraline.
Coraline.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Amy.
Coraline.
Coraline. Anna.
Iron Man.
Sam. Iron Man. Jay.
Coraline.
Coraline. I'm going with a tiebreaker. Iron Man.
Oh, we got to go to the chat.
Oh, man. Chat's going to break the tie here.
Ryan, count. Coraline has 1, 2, 3 votes. Iron Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Iron Man gets the majority vote. Iron Man moves on.
All righty. There's 6 movies left. Let's keep it going. Zombieland versus The Fellowship of the Ring.
I'll go first. Fellowship. Alex.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Amy.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Hannah.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Jay.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Sweet.
All right. Next, The Wrestler versus Shaun of the Dead.
All right, Alex.
Ooh. I'm going to go Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Amy.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Hannah.
The Wrestler.
The Wrestler. Jay.
The Wrestler.
The Wrestler.
Down to you, Ryan.
Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the
Can't
Dead.
be mad. Can't be mad. Two great
Right?
movies.
The Winchester. that sounds it.
Blow up.
And Nick Frost too.
All right, we have Star Trek versus Iron Man.
All right. Amy.
I'm gonna go Star Trek.
Star Trek. Hannah.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Jay.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Iron Man. Alex.
I'm gonna go Iron Man.
Iron Man, but Star Trek gets the majority.
Star Trek does get the
Star
majority.
Trek moves on.
All righty. Let me just fix this. Okay, so welcome in The Departed.
All right, The Departed, motherfucker, Boston, yo. Departed gets thrown in there.
And The Departed is going up against The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh man. Jay, you started off.
Damn. Love The Departed. Love it. Love it. Mark Wahlberg is probably my favorite character in that movie. I love his insults in that movie.
He got nominated for an Oscar. He's that great in it.
Maybe not. Maybe fuck
Did you suck your mama? Did you have sex with your mom? Oh my god, he's hilarious. In that movie.
But can't go against the Fellowship.
All right, Fellowship for Jay. I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings, but I gotta go with The Departed here.
Ooh.
Not because I'm from Boston, but I'm gonna go with The Departed. Alex.
Going Fellowship.
Fellowship. Amy.
Departed is one of my least favorite Scorsese movies, like bottom 3. So I gotta go Fellowship anyways, because I can't not go Fellowship.
Yeah, Fellowship. Hannah.
I'm going The Departed, and by the way, The Departed was the movie I watched the most during like the start of quarantine for whatever reason. I watched
Very
The
nice.
Departed like 5 times in a week.
You swear you're not a cop? I'm not a cop. I love it. So
There's not a better ending, I don't think.
yeah. Oh, I love that ending. The Departed for Hannah, but
Wow, the number one seed.
Fellowship.
The number one seed is already out.
wow, The Departed gets knocked out. Another number 1 seed out.
We have Star Trek versus Shaun of the Dead.
All right, Star Trek and Shaun of the Dead. I will start it off and go Shaun of the Dead. Alex.
I'm gonna say Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Amy.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Hannah.
What's the other one?
Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek.
Star Trek. And Jay.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. So Shaun of the Dead moves
right.
on.
We have our final 2 in this bracket.
Wow.
And it is The Fellowship of the Ring versus Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, wow. Amy.
I gotta go Fellowship. I love Shaun of the Dead, but Fellowship takes it.
Fellowship. Hannah.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Jay.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Me. Fellowship. Alex.
Fellowship.
I'll say it like Christopher Lee. Fellowship. Fellowship gets the majority vote.
Alrighty, there it is. So, 2 Lord of the Rings
Rings movies are going to the finals. Fellowship of the Ring is the final winner of bracket 4.
Alrighty, we are down to 4 movies.
All right, we are down to 4 movies in the hurrah right here.
In the runs. Anyone need a break before?
Does
we get to
anybody
the
need a
finals?
break before we end this off? No, I think they're ready to go.
We ready to go?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
Dude,
do
we're
it.
almost done. All right, Cody, what's our first battle?
Down to 4 movies, and the first matchup is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King versus Finding Nemo.
Oh my God, kill me.
Have fun, guys.
I was really hoping it was going to be Fellowship versus Return of the King.
Oh my yeah. All right, we'll start with Alex.
Return of the King.
Return of the King. Amy.
Return of the King.
The suspense is killing me. Are we
Oh,
back?
did Ryan freeze? Did I freeze? Return
I
of
think
the
I
King.
froze again. Return of the King.
Okay.
Hannah.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Jay.
Return of the King.
Return of the King. I'm sorry, Finding Nemo. Return of the King.
Alrighty.
Poor Nemo.
Return of the King moves
I feel bad for
on.
Nemo, man.
The second matchup in the semifinals: The Dark Knight versus Fellowship of the Ring.
Shit.
Oh, kill me. All right. I guess I will
I
start
can
this.
feel every man in the world sweating right now.
I gotta start this off by going. Actually, I need to thank first, Alex. Alex,
You're passing it on to me. I need.
Alex, you go first.
Fellowship.
Fellowship for Alex.
Okay.
Amy.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Wow. Hannah.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Jay.
Hmm.
Oh, God.
Huh. I think I know what Ryan's gonna say.
He's gonna fuck with me now.
Fellowship, Ryan.
Oh, come on.
Dark Knight.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I can become one of those things. I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be. The Dark Knight.
Oh, wait, did Jay pick Dark Knight and
No,
tie
he
it?
picked Fellowship.
Oh, so Fellowship's moving on.
Yeah.
Wow!
Lord of the Rings.
Wow, okay. So,
I
with
think
that,
Amy's the winner
it's
there.
the battle of the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow. This is the Battle of Lord of the Rings. The Dark Knight. Now people are leaving.
Wow.
Jerome just says, well, folks, good night.
Wow.
Me and Ryan tried. We tried.
Yeah, okay, well, we're here. We made it to the final two films. What's going to be the best film of the 2000s panel? Is it going to be Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, or Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring?
Alrighty, which is the better? We will start with ladies first. Hannah.
I don't know. Return of the King.
Return of the King. Jay. I know you're going Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. For me. I just love Samwise Gamgee. He just makes me cry every freaking time at the end of Return of the King when he talks to Frodo about Middle Earth and all that. I've got to go Samwise.
That's in Two
Oh,
Towers,
go
Ryan.
Return of the King.
Ryan, Sam's speech is in the end of Two Towers.
No, I meant when he's talking to Frodo on Mount Doom at the end of
Oh,
Return
yeah.
of the King. Makes me cry every time. Return of the King. Alex.
For Frodo. Return of the King.
Return of the King. And Amy.
This is so hard, but Fellowship edges out Return just because Return is so long, especially if you're watching extended. So Fellowship. Not that it matters.
Fellowship. But guys.
You can put it up. There's
I mean, Lord of the Rings fans won either way.
Yeah.
But guys,
Yeah.
we have
I'm
done it.
fine either
This
way.
has been determined, guys. It is official. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, is the best movie of the 2000s decade.
Christopher Nolan is
Order and
punching the
our
air.
opinions. Da, 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 da. 11 Academy Award winner, Return of the King wins. Everybody in the chat, what's their reactions?
Oh boy, where do I start? Where do I start?
Yeah.
We have someone saying this is historic.
Yeah.
We have someone saying take care, see you later.
Yeah, Jerome said that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, in the words of Darth Vader. No.
we have some people saying thank you, and we have some people saying I'm so happy. Very mixed, but there you have it.
There you go. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King is your winner. Triumphant win. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was the best of the 2000s decade. Seriously, thank you guys for watching all 3 hours and 18 minutes. It's a record. We did beat the 2010s, which was almost 4 hours. So that's a plus. But this was 3 hours. Thank you to all my guests right here, Hannah, Amy, Jay, and Alex. All of their social media links are in the description below. We are going to give them their chance to plug all their social media accounts. Let me get all of their names up here. And we will start with Hannah. Tell the people where they can find you on the social medias.
You can follow me at Rejected Hannah on Twitter, and then also I'm on Cinemania World podcast every week, part of the live show. Come check it out. Ton of fun. Yeah.
Alrighty, that's where you can find Hannah. Thank you so much, Hannah, for taking part in this. It was a blast collab.
Be part of it. I had so much fun.
No problem. Next, we will go to Alex right here. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at my official website, alexmaddenmovies.mystrikingly.com. All of my social media links are there. I am also part of the Cinemania World podcast. I'm the dude that probably crashes
all the time.
All the time. Yep. So that's me.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Alex, for taking part in this. It was a blast to have you, man.
Thank you.
And now, no problem. Now let's go to Amy. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, The Movie Checklist. I am finally starting to post movie reviews again this year. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at NotAmyK, Letterboxd, same thing, or my podcast, The Nostalgia Effect, pretty much anywhere you find a podcast.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy, for taking part in this. It was a blast to have you back on the channel. No problem. And last but not least, this guy right here, the guy who took out Dark Knight. I'm just kidding. Love you, man. Where can people find you, Jay?
All right, you can find me in Canada where I live, so bring it on, Ryan.
Oh, I'm coming right there. I'm driving. Literally, I'm going to skip work and I'm going to beat your ass.
Ooh, you can find me on Jay Vader on YouTube. I do lots of movie reviews. Top 10s. Sometimes it's not even all about movies. Sometimes it's about candy bars. Top 10s.
Yeah, go check out his president's top 10 list and his candy bars top 10.
Yeah, I don't know. I do weird stuff. I do lots of stuff movie related. Check me out. My next top 10 list will be top 10 director's cuts. So check me out. Join the dark side. Oh, God, stuck on me. I don't like this.
Pressure's on you.
Stuck on me. Oh, my God. Welcome to Ryan channel. Ryan O'Toole, man. He's a hell of a guy. Ryan. Oh my God! Oh Lord! I'll wait it out. We're comfortable with this now.
Back?
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna start playing my PlayStation now. So.
I'll be looking at pictures of Pedro Pascal.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh, there we go. Thank God.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had it on this guy the whole time. We're back. I wanted to stand up, but don't get your hopes up. But anyway, thank you guys so much, Jay, everybody. Seriously, this was so much fun. Anything in the chat?
No, I mean, everyone's saying
Yeah, thank you guys. So everybody in the chat, seriously, you guys are the true MVP. You guys were getting involved. You were voting.
Oh, no. Not again. Breathe, Brian. Breathe.
We're so close.
I know. We're right there.
All intended for I'm Ryan O'Toole. Thanks for joining. He's going to hate me for that one.
Goddamn internet connection.
I know.
Play Miles Morales. Hey, great video game. Oh, man. I'm kind of sweating right now. Hurry up, Brian.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
I just ordered a pizza.
Oh. What kind of pizza?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. What pizza place?
Domino's, just because it's like literally a block away,
Yeah.
and it takes them like 20 minutes to get to me.
I always like to ask people from the United States what kind of pizza place they have because I'm in Canada. So.
I mean, I prefer this local place, but it takes them like 40 minutes with Postmates.
Yeah. Oh. So where are you guys from? What part of the States?
I'm in California,
California.
Los Angeles.
Yep. Boston.
Come on, I'm trying to end this.
Finally, we're bonding right now. You gotta ruin it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit the 3.5 hour mark.
It wants us to get there. Anyway, seriously, thank you guys. We're gonna end this off. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. Go check these guys out on all their social media links. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for coming.